Gymnasium for the second time this week for the second game of the 2025-2026 basketball season here at Hickman County High School. Today, your Hickman County Bulldogs will be hosting the Columbia Academy Bulldogs. It is a dog-eat-dog world. Bulldogs versus Bulldogs coming up next.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
Welcome to WNKX Live. I'm Josh Copley alongside Ron Puckett, and tonight our student-led crew, our producer, senior John Michael Lewis, and on camera, just like Tuesday, we've got junior Cooper Tidwell, and these students do such a great job. We are so blessed to have them, as well as all of the kids in the AV classroom that have been such a big help to WNKX. And tonight, it's the Hickman County Bulldogs playing host to the Columbia Academy Bulldogs. And Ron, it should be a good one.
It should be. Anytime these two teams play each other, it's always a good game. There's always a little bit of competition, it seems like. They like to beat each other, and the way these teams are, it should be an exciting night getting up and down the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at these two teams, both got off to pretty strong starts on Tuesday. The Hickman County Lady Dogs, of course, played community right here at home and won 47-42 in a game that was probably a little bit closer than Coach Gordon would have liked it to be. And then looking at Columbia Academy, the Lady Bulldogs, they were also at home on Tuesday where they defeated Riverside Christian in a blowout 55-23. But both teams riding victories on Tuesday, both teams 1-0, but after tonight, one team will be undefeated no longer.
Well, I feel like just looking at those scores, we probably got a little bit more out of that game than they did. I know Coach Gordon was kind of disappointed in the first quarter and the fourth quarter of the way his girls played, but that second and third quarter, they really showed what they could be. They played as a team, they played defense, they pushed the ball up and down the floor, and they played really, really good ball. Now what they've got to learn as a younger team with a lot of younger players on the floor is how to close out that game. And fortunately, Monday or Tuesday or whichever day they played, they were able to do that. They were able to close it out, and they had a lot of teaching points when they watched film the next day.
Oh, absolutely. And that was something you brought up to Coach Gordon, the fact that, it was kind of a win-win. You got the W, but you also had some teachable moments as well from that game. And I'm looking at the stat sheet from Tuesday. Of course, the leader, Ava Floyd, had such a tremendous game offensively, racking up 17, pushing 20 points in her performance. We saw the freshman, Rachel Puckett, have a great first half. In her first minutes, really, as a high school player, she showed up and showed out. But really, I think what gave the edge to Hickman County in that game was that tremendous third quarter by Carly Everett.
Well, Carly came in and she scored well in the third quarter. I know Coach Gordon wants her to be more consistent across the board. The thing about basketball is you can be a good player and not score points. And you can't let not scoring points affect the way you play. That consistency is what they want. There were a few times the other night that I saw girls miss shots and they got dejected. They didn't play defense, especially in that first and fourth quarter. And so you just want defensively, rebounding, you want a continuous effort. Shots are going to fall at some point. Sometimes they won't, but at some point they will.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the stat sheet as well, last year Hickman County leaned on so many different girls as well. Girls like Haley Gordon, girls like Zoe Chilton, who were two seniors this year, and last year as juniors were both integral parts of the success they had. And Zoe Chilton really came along in the second half of last season as a three-point shooter, as a rebounder, as someone who could make those mid-range shots. And she only had maybe a bucket on Tuesday, and we know that that's not going to last forever. And thinking about Haley Gordon, she didn't have a bucket until the second half. So once these girls really hit their stride, Hickman County is going to be a dangerous team. And if they can emerge victorious with those two girls not putting up as many points as we're used to seeing, it's a good sign.
We can talk about Carly Everett in that third quarter. Haley Gordon made a real impact in that third quarter also. She got in foul trouble in the first quarter, so she couldn't play the second quarter. But the third quarter, she was able to come out. She played defense. I think she scored 4 or 6 points, something like that. So she made a big impact. Zoe, you have to understand, she didn't play basketball all summer. She's still kind of getting back into basketball shape. She had surgery. She's been able to play in some scrimmages and things like that. But as far as real action on the floor, she's kind of getting used back to that game speed.
Now, what we saw as well on Tuesday, we were wondering in the pregame show on Tuesday, how are they going to fill the void of Delaney King? We know there was going to be a little bit lack of size on this team, but how about Bailey Kramer, who really stepped up in the defense department?
So Bailey is big, long, tall. When she's under the goal, she's hard to shoot over. So, that's always an advantage when you're a defender on a guard and you can funnel her to a 6'1", 6'2" girl who can block shots. The thing I was impressed with Bailey the other night, she did a really good job of not getting in foul trouble. She kept her hands high. She blocked the shots with her wrist in her hand. She didn't slap down. And so I think she only ended the game with 1 or 2 fouls. And if she's able to do that, that's going to help us out. She's got to stay away from trying to slap down, block shots impressively. So many boys get fouls on shots because they want to make it look good, and they slap, and a referee, almost any time they see that slap, they're going to call a foul.
And really, we saw that hardly ever from Bailey on Tuesday. It seemed like her fundamentals, her mechanics were sound, just keeping the arm just straight up in the air. Not only does that, intimidate girls trying to drive in, but also, that adds some extra height to her as well. So she's, 6 foot? So with the arms up in the air, adding in that wingspan, that makes her even more of a force to get around.
It can make it hard. It can make it hard.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about 7.5 minutes away from tip-off, and so exciting. Basketball season finally back in full swing. And, Ron, while we wait for this game, how about you give us a rundown of what we can expect from the middle school girls of this year going forward the rest of the season, as well as the 8th graders next year?
So Hickman County Middle School is going on the road tomorrow at Houston County. Our boys team has had a phenomenal year. They're undefeated right now. If you haven't watched them play, you need to come watch them because they get up and down, full court pressure the entire game. They've had to go to Charlotte the Monday after, not Christmas, but Thanksgiving. We go to Charlotte the Monday after Thanksgiving, and then we host East here at the high school on December 4th. So that would be a good game for everybody to come out and watch.
And December 4th, there's actually been a lot of talks about WNKX broadcasting that game from the high school as well with our new setup. Another very special thank you to the Hickman County IT department for helping with all of this. It's been such a blessing, and we're so grateful for this new technology, this new presentation we're able to have. But also, the middle school guys and girls have been making so much noise. I know I saw Matthew Dotson post on Facebook some time ago whenever Hickman County was on the road at East Hickman. That crowd was unbelievable. The community has showed up not just for high school, but it seems to have translated over to the middle school as well.
It was the biggest middle school crowd I've seen. It was bigger than a lot of high school crowds that I've seen. I know they said there's like 900 people there. I think there was more than that.
And it's so awesome to see. That's one of the benefits of having a small town. Everybody's so tight-knit. Everybody cares for one another and is willing to support one another. And that's no different when it comes to
cards. It's a game we're going to have to come out, have a game plan, understand who their scores are, understand who we need to stop. And I really feel like the biggest key tonight is going to be turnovers and rebounds. If we're able to create turnovers, not make many turnovers, and we're able to hold them off the boards, we're going to have a really good shot.
And as we've said, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be close. You're not going to want to miss a single second of it. Tip-off here in a few moments. We'll be back. The invitation has concluded. The national anthem has concluded, which means there is nothing between these Hickman County Lady Bulldogs and these Columbia Academy Lady Bulldogs from doing battle right here inside J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium as the starting lineups are now being announced. And Ron, we talked about this a little bit. We're not expecting much to change as far as the starting five goes for Hickman County. And we look over at the Columbia Academy side, their starting five. Number 2, Addie Slaughter. Number 3, Margaret Lehner. Number 4, Reese Shirley. Number 11, Maya Keaton. And number 21, Haley Collins.
Good solid team.
And lining up at midcourt on the HC logo will be number 3, Margaret Lehner, and number 23, Bailey Kramer for Hickman County. And already the student section making noise, and we are underway. The ball is tipped into the hands of Keaton. CA starts off with possession out of the corner. Tries to go underneath, disrupted by Kramer. Now dribbling in and driving. Goes across the baseline, out of bounds, early turnover.
Good help, son.
And Floyd shoots the gap. Now driving down the floor, pulls up mid-range. Can't find it. Rebounded by CA.
Good solid shot right there.
Now ball up top. Slaughter gives over to Keaton. Now Collins. On the drive, meets Chilton. Open 3 in the corner. Short off the rim, attempted by Slaughter. A Slaughter back up top, gives to the wing. Nice screen, dribbles in, kicks it. Another open look, another miss, rebounded by Gordon. So a couple of early looks for Columbia Academy is unable to capitalize. Out of bounds.
Lady Dogs got kind of
Inbound to Floyd. Floyd drives 2-on-1, puts it up. Can't find it. CA again on the break. Give over to Keaton. Swings it back up top. Now it's Collins. Guarded by Gordon. Some quick movement here from Columbia Academy. Dribbling and driving off the glass. Won't go. And Gordon rips it away. And a jump ball is called.
Gordon.
Now it's inbounded to Everett down the right side. Guarded at the hip by Keaton. Everett wants to go, gives it. Kramer long 2. Won't find it, but Everett tips it out to Gordon. Gordon looking for help, picks up her dribble, bounces it to Floyd. Mid-range 2, short. Chilton with the board. Put back. It falls.
Good job.
And a corner 3. Corner 3 rattles out, and now it's Gordon up the left side. Gordon looking for help, gives to Floyd. Ava goes to the corner. Kramer Thought about pulling up, but doesn't. Tries to find Ava, but it's taken away. On the drive, it's Collins. Pulls up, too strong. Gordon again on the rebound. She has been in the right place at the right time already a few times early in this first quarter. Gordon, Floyd, up top, three. Bounces off the back of the rim and picked up by Columbia Academy. Now it's up top, Collins near the logo, dribbles up. Gordon guarding closely, now it's back. Pump fakes, drives on Floyd. From the wing, it's a long three and an air ball. And the last thing you want to do is airball it in front of that Hickman County student section because they are relentless. So just under 5 minutes to play. That is Nora Lehner's first foul of the game. Chilton will inbound. Gives out to Ava. Now Zoe in the corner. Nice pass to Gordon. Dribbles. Wants to put it up off the glass. What a shot by Haley Gordon.
Nice little step through, little up and under, spun to the middle, ball fake, step through, laid it off the glass.
Hickman County with an early 4-0 lead. In the corner, a little coast-to-coast pass, and Floyd had got a hand on it. It will stay with CA, but a nice defensive play.
Right now it's been a very fast-paced game, which is kind of what we want. CA doesn't look real comfortable with it right now.
And a deep pass across the midcourt line. Gordon playing closely to Collins. Giving out to the corner, and it's blocked by Kramer. So Kramer not waiting too long to get involved defensively, picking up right where she left off on Tuesday. Gordon looking for help. Well guarded.
5-second count. We have to use our dribble a little bit more wisely. We're taking one dribble, picking the ball up. We need to save that dribble for when we're in trouble. They apply that pressure and we can go by them. And
just as Hickman County is good at applying pressure, Columbia Academy has done a pretty good job themselves.
They play kind of the same way.
Now bringing up the floor. Slaughter gives over to Keaton. Now it's Gentry to the corner. Shirley, short, gets her own rebound. And another three put up, and this one finds its mark. Maya Keaton.
We didn't box out on the first shot. Should have had that rebound, and then they bank in a three from the top of the key.
And Everett, nice move, drives in the paint, pump fakes, wants to go up for a shot. Everett on the floor, grimacing a little bit, and they'll say CA ball.
So Carly had a girl open in the corner right there. She just makes that easy pass, and she kind of made it a little harder than it should have been.
And with Everett a little bit shaken up, the perfect time for number 12, the freshman Rachel Puckett, to make her way into the game. Great defender, great scorer as well in her own right. Hickman County making it tough on CA now. Back to that corner. It's Slaughter. Dribbles left, gives from the wing. Well guarded by Floyd. Driving in, kicks it back out. Another three attempted. Slaughter finds it. So a pair of threes find CA back in front, 6-4 with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Gordon in the left corner, dribbles in, looking for help, finds Puckett. And Puckett did step out, but the officials say she was pushed out, foul on CA.
That's a different laner. Must be the sister.
So Puckett's inbound. Well guarded by CA, finds Chilton, and had to give it back on a very heads-up play by Zoe before she got that half-court violation. Rachel looking for help, desperately, steps through, and another 5-second violation.
So again, we've got to do a better job of using our dribble for purpose. When we pick up our dribble, they are applying pressure. They're denying everywhere. And our girls off the ball aren't doing a real good job of getting open. They're just kind of floating, holding their hands up instead of really stepping into their girl, pushing off, and creating a passing lane.
So a timeout called by Coach Gordon, a very wise timeout, I believe, trying to recollect his girls. Now, Hickman County started on a 4-0 run, but see how quickly it can turn. CA had been looking for that three ball frequently in this first quarter, and they found a couple so far.
Well, they've got some momentum off of a mistake of ours. We didn't box out on a shot that we should have had the rebound on. They bank in a three, and now they start feeling a little bit better. They start playing defense a little harder, applying more pressure. And we're going to have to find a way to back cut on this defense and get some layups. Be strong with the ball, use our dribble wisely.
Columbia Academy just so consistently talented in most sports. Basketball, no exception. If you give them too many opportunities, they're going to make you pay for it. So it's Collins up the floor, met by Gordon at the logo. Shirley waves her hands, calls for the ball, and has it at that elbow, guarded by Floyd. Long two is up, well off the mark, and Kramer picks up the loose ball. Floyd, left side of the floor. Cuts through inside, goes to the paint. Oh, and it's masterful by Floyd.
Another layup with English right there. Nice move by Ava. And now CA wants a timeout.
So we are tied up at 6. This game back and forth, pretty similar to what we've expected, I believe.
You've got two pretty evenly matched teams right here. It's going to come down to which team handles the pressure better. If we can utilize some backdoor cuts, we'll get some layups because they're really applying out, denying the lanes outside the three-point line. The back cuts are there. We just have to be strong and deliver the pass.
So 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in the game's first quarter. The fans still slowly filing in to our left up here from our broadcasting table. Hickman County, as we're used to, has filled out pretty well. Always here to support their dogs, the Lady Dogs or the boys team. Inbounded to the corner. It's Slaughter. Back to Shirley. A deep three. Chilton got a hand on it. Now it's Floyd on the break. Puts it up off the glass. Well guarded by Slaughter. And it's going to go out of bounds off Hickman County, and it'll be CA ball.
Ava has to box out Shirley. That's two shots right there that Shirley has gone in. Almost got that rebound. We got lucky and it bounced long.
Collins up the floor, met by Gordon. Finds Shirley. Dribbles back out. Looks for Collins. An errant pass. Maybe some slight miscommunication. The ball bounces off the scorer's table, and another break for Hickman County.
I think she was trying to throw a no-look pass and probably should have looked.
So Floyd now brings it up. Met at midcourt by Haley Collins. Floyd directing traffic. Screened by Chilton. Tough pass to Zoe on the money, but met quickly, swarmed by CA.
Got called for a 3-second count there. I didn't see his hands moving to give any signal he was counting. I think he just thought, I think she was in 3 seconds.
And CA now trying to push it down the floor in a hurry, steps through. And a little bit of a travel.
Called a walk there. I don't know if I agree with that call either. That looked pretty good.
I think we'll have to call Hickman and CA even now after those last two. Now Floyd wants to drive all the way. Misses the layup, rebounded by Columbia Academy.
Ava's looking for the foul, but she's got to kick that to the open person.
Long two attempted, won't fall, tipped around and picked up by CA. Stepping through, kicks it out. Long two from Slaughter. This one finds its mark.
Slaughter have all their points? Or not? She just got 5 of them.
We wind under a minute to play in the first quarter. Slaughter with 5 points already for CA. Keaton with the other 3. Chilton at the right wing. Dribbles left, looking for help. Nothing coming open, and gives off to Gordon. Haley goes right. Bounce pass. Floyd in the corner. Thought about pulling up, now goes left. and she's fouled. They'll get number 2, Addie Slaughter.
It's a good job by Ava right there, busting out of the double team with a strong dribble. Too many times we're leaning backwards. And leaning backwards is going to equal turnovers.
Chilton inbounds to Gordon. Gordon dribbles one to hand off to Kramer, but it's knocked away, and Floyd takes it right back. Gives Gordon 3 off the mark.
So that's the extra pass we need to make, though. Those shots will start going. Instead of taking shots over 2 people, take the wide open one.
And a deep 3, no good. Floyd with the rebound, lost it, but Chilton there to recover. 10 seconds. Kramer from the wing, hands to Puckett. Looking for help. Chilton, 4 seconds, bombs away. And Puckett tries to save it, but that is where our first quarter will end. Your score after 1, CA 8, Hickman 6. We'll be right back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Our student-led crew, our producer, senior John Michael Lewis, and junior Cooper Tidwell on the camera. These 2 young men are part of Matthew Dotson's AV class at Hickman County High School. They've been such a big help to us here at WNKX. We are about to start the second quarter of play from J.E. Siska Memorial Gymnasium between the Hickman County Lady Dogs and the Columbia Academy Lady Dogs. CA starts the quarter off with possession. Collins guarded by Gordon. Goes right. Looking for help, gives to Shirley. Up top 3. Rattles out. Kramer with the rebound. Quick pass to Floyd. Now Ava quickly down. Nice bounce pass to Chilton. Lost the handle on it. Now it's a fight. Chilton has it and hands off to Gordon. A great effort by Zoe to get the ball back. Nice pass to Gordon. Can't cap it off with a shot, and CA takes back over.
Good back cut, just didn't finish.
Another 3 attempted by CA. This one no good. Rachel Puckett on the board. Rachel drives. Nice little spin move. Gives to Kramer. Open look. Can't get it to fall. Gordon tips it out of bounds. CA ball. We're seeing some good ball movement from Hickman County. Some good looking shots, just not getting them to fall so far.
The last minute or so, we passed the ball around well. The shots we took before were challenged, but we'll keep doing this. Shots will fall.
Collins gives the corner. On the drive, kicks it out. A contested 3 in the face of Rachel Puckett. Won't go. Now it's Floyd. Was looking for Kramer. And again, that miscommunication there. Kramer just not really looking for the pass. Maybe she thought it was going Haley's way, but
I think that's a tired mistake right there. I think she's a little bit tired right now. She didn't quite watch the ball into her hands.
So CA looking to capitalize on the Hickman County mistake. Driving in it, Shirley through traffic.
It's a good bailed her out. Called a walk, but should have had a charge right there. That was a good take right there. That's a referee that doesn't want to walk across the gym and make the foul call.
Lowering the shoulder like Jonathan Taylor there, if you've been keeping up with the NFL this season.
That was easy right there, and you call a walk.
Gordon to Floyd from 3. Won't find it. Another good look, just another shot, and Kramer ripped it away.
Should have a 10 count going here, though. Nobody pressed up.
CA quickly getting it out to the corner. Corner three, another miss, but rebounded, put back by Lehner, and this one finds it.
Lady Dogs are not boxing out right now. They're turning and looking at the ball, and everybody's crashing.
And Puckett, nice pass to Tinley Davis into the corner. Quick release three, too strong, off the hands of CA. I believe they'll get Margaret Lehner there as the one who knocked it out.
As bad as the Lady Dogs have played, they're only down 4. If they'll just clean up some shots, clean up some handling the ball. Everything's shaky as we throw the ball out of bounds on a back cut.
And that was a nice save by Kramer over there down near the sideline, but another turnover at the end of the day for Hickman County. CA, deep pass at midcourt, runs right into Kramer.
Good job by Kramer right there. They tried to throw the ball over the top right there. Kramer was the safety. She stepped over, and when the girl caught it and turned around and saw her, she shuffled her feet real quick. Good job by Bailey.
I've already seen a couple of football-esque plays in this game in the first half. Davis at the right wing. Gives to Puckett, lost the handle of it, but recovers. Dribbles right. Nice pass to Gordon, little floater. That's a 2.
Nice basketball right there. A little back cut. Puckett got it to Gordon. She shoots a nice floater.
And that was a fantastic recovery by Puckett. Shirley thought about pulling up, dribbles in, gives out, long 3.
Another offensive rebound because we don't box out.
So that'll send Shirley to the line. Just too many second chances for CA in this first half. And Shirley gets the first one to fall. Oddly enough, her first points of the game.
Well, we're doing a good job on them. They're not hitting very many first shots. They're hitting their second and third shots.
The second free throw rattles out, rebounded by Gordon, pushing it down the right side, spinning left and getting off to Floyd. Now Zoe at the right wing goes left, inside, looking for help, and it's a takeaway. Oh, that's a tough pass down the floor. One-on-one, passes it off, shot missed. Davis with the rebound, trying to wrangle it free.
It's got to be a foul.
And a foul is called. For a moment, I thought they would wait for the jump ball.
She was sitting there. She ripped it through 4 or 5 times, and the girl's just hanging all over her. And at some point, you got to call a foul. Finally, when she fell down is when they called it.
So the officials setting the tone, potentially a physical game. They're going to allow them to play so far.
Yeah, if this is going to be physical, that boys' game's going to be.
Down the floor in a hurry, Gordon, mid-range pull-up, no good, but gets her own rebound off the glass and gets the tough 2.
Good job by Haley. Haley coming alive with a little bit of offense right now. It's good to see. We need it.
Gordon responsible for over half the points Hickman scored. Tough defense, and a foul is called, and that'll send Slaughter to the line. It goes back to what you were talking about earlier, Ron, right there, a little bit of a swing down.
Well, that was a poor closeout there by Puckett. She gave up too much of an angle, tried to recover and push her out of bounds, and they got her on the push.
And Slaughter sinks the first.
And that's what Coach Gordon is telling her right now. Get down.
The second one rattles out, so far CAA consistent 50% from the line. Now it's Puckett down the left side. Nice pass to Floyd, drives, and that layup won't go. Tipped loose, put back, finds it. That's Tinley Davis.
Good job by Floyd right there as Hickman County's pressure forces a turnover right there on the inbounds, but Floyd could have been frustrated as she missed the layup, and she was, but she got back in, tipped it, Tinley Davis grabs it and puts it in.
Hey, it's a team game, you know, Ron, whenever your lead scorer, whenever her shots aren't falling, who's going to step up? And Tinley Davis stepped up big right there. Floyd to inbound, looking for help. Wide open, Gordon pulls up from the corner. Won't go, loose ball, Chilton hustling after it, secures it. Goes across the way, wide open, Gordon couldn't capitalize. It's knocked loose, And a nice play by Rachel Puckett to keep it with Hickman County.
At some point, some of these layups got to drop. That's 6 of them we've missed, just like point-blank layups.
Puckett to throw it in. Finds Chilton at the left wing. On Floyd, takes a tumble, no call. Puckett dribbles right, wants to take it herself, and a foul is called on Rachel. I imagine that'll be on the floor, though. Looks like she's going to the line.
Yeah, they called it on. He called it on the floor. Kevin always calls it on the floor. Free throws take too long. He doesn't get his home as early.
That was a very Derek Jeter-esque shot by Puckett. And how about Zoe Chilton securing the and one?
Nice inbounds play right there. Little back screen. Zoe came off, got the ball, finished strong, gets the and one.
And Chilton looking to finish off the three-point play. And the free throw is no good, rebounded by CA.
Oh, could have been a walk right there.
So a dangerous dribble pickup right there, almost disastrous for CA, but they recover, and now it's Shirley on the offense. Giving over to Collins. Collins dribbles right, now goes left, kicks it out, quick swing, left corner, three, got it.
Good extra pass there by CA.
That was Nora Lehner on the three. And Puckett, nice pass to Gordon, steps through, and this time she gets it off the glass. We saw earlier, Ron, she was frustrated with herself when she missed that layup, makes up for it there.
She took her time on that one, didn't rush it. Came to a jump stop, gathered herself. The other one she kind of rushed.
Hickman County back out in front, 16-15. Keaton hands off to Collins. Davis playing tough defense. Behind the back, she's got nowhere to go, gives open corner. Chilton crashes fast, the three off target. Shirley goes over Floyd and gets the two.
Another offensive rebound.
Right there, Shirley just had the clear height advantage over Floyd. Now it's Gordon, dribbles in. Nice pass to Davis, the left-handed layup won't fall. But Floyd gets it. Corner three. Yes, ma'am, it's on target.
She got one to go. That's good to see right there.
And if you're CA, you gotta watch that now. If she's feeling it, she's probably gonna go to the well a few more times. Shirley, deep three, can't answer back, and a tough play there by Gordon and tip it. I think it's gonna stay with CA.
Again, CA's got inside position for those offensive rebounds. We have to tap the ball out of bounds. We've got to do a better job of boxing out. That's going to be the difference in this game. That's why CA's close right now.
Oh, and a nice tip by Puckett, but it'll stay with CA. Nice recovery by Slaughter, who drives all the way. Left-handed, won't go, and a nice rebound by Chilton. Now Floyd, left side. Left-handed dribble, drives. Fouled on the floor.
There. Good, strong move.
And if Ava sees just the slightest window to drive, she's going to do it.
It's a minute 48. That's 4 fouls on CA, so we're shooting 2 for the rest of the quarter. Need to be aggressive.
Floyd, nice pass to Chilton. Oh, that's a tough shot, and she's fouled.
Same play as last time where we got the and one.
Lehner trying to plead her case, saying, my hands were straight up, but the officials say different, and
my eyes say different.
so that'll send Chilton to the line. The first one rattles out, no good.
It's 2 Zoe's missed. She's got to get it to the back of the rim. There we go. That one looks better.
So a big free throw there by Chilton. She goes 1 for 2 at the line to make it a 3-point lead at 20-17 with a minute 40 to go in the first half. Slaughter being guarded closely by Floyd. Gives over to Collins. Now to Keaton. Screen set by Lehner. Looking for help. Has to give back out to Slaughter. Deep three attempted by Keaton. Out. Foul, I believe, called on Columbia Academy.
I think it was on number 5. I think Puckett was boxing out. May not have been Puckett. It was somebody on this side right here. I'm not sure. We'll see who shoots free throws. That was the person boxing out. Looks like it was Rachel.
And that was a foul on number 5, Nora Lehner, who's at 4.
It's her 4th foul already.
And she's someone who definitely provides that size to Columbia Academy, so losing her is going to be a big blow to this Bulldog team. First free throw by Puckett, no good. Now some substitutions for CA. Nora Lehner and Addie Slaughter coming out. Minute 25 to go in the second quarter. Puckett's second free throw rattles out. No good. Now here comes CA. Quickly, Shirley driving on the baseline. Nice defensive play by Chilton to disrupt it, but they get the putback. I believe that was 22.
Over the top. There she is again.
That's a tough 2, but an easy rebound. Gordon drives, tough shot. Won't go, but she's fouled, and will head to the line to shoot 2.
Lady Dogs have realized that CA really likes to compact that zone and take away the middle. They're starting to throw it over the top on the opposite side, getting some layups and some open shots there. CA is going to have to make an adjustment. We got to hit a free throw. As Haley misses the first one. I don't know what our free throw percentage is, but I can think of one we've hit.
And Kramer subbing back in, it looks like, for Puckett. Gordon to attempt free throw number 2. This one falls.
Under 60 seconds.
Collins is looking for
That's
help.
Walk. Good challenge by Bailey right there. She came off thinking she was going to shoot. Bailey stepped up and she's changed her mind, and as she changed her mind, she took an extra step.
So 50 seconds now. Floyd up the right side, guarded closely by Collins. Gives to Chilton at the right wing. Now to the corner, it's Davis, guarded closely. Tough bounce pass to Kramer. Now back to Ava, who lost the handle of it, sticks with it, dribbles right, and lost it out of bounds, and it'll go back to CA.
We would make a good bounce pass. We had 2 layups right there, but both bounce passes were either at their foot or at their shoulder. It's hard to catch those.
Just the little things I'm sure Coach Gordon will address it at the half. If they come out doing those things correctly, they have a chance to pull away, but CA keeping it close, 21-19. A tough pass to the corner. Wow, that was impressive, and it goes out of bounds.
Good defense there by Haley Gordon. They tried to dribble baseline, throw that baseline skip pass to the opposite corner for a 3. She covered it well. 15 seconds left.
Inbound to Shirley in the corner. Ava not giving her any space. Kramer got a hand on it. Picked up by Gordon. 10 seconds. She might take it all the way. Misses. Rebounded. Davis gives to Kramer. Won't go. Shirley with the rebound. A lot of hand fighting there. And that brings the first half to a chaotic end. Your score at the end of the second quarter, Hickman County 21, Columbia Academy 19. Folks, we are going to step away for a few moments, and when we come back, we'll give you a rundown of the first half. Don't go anywhere.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
So we are just under 2.5 minutes from resuming play here from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium between the Hickman County Lady Dogs and the Columbia Academy Lady Dogs. That first half, Ron, it was a close one. Your score 21-19 in favor of Hickman County, but it feels like it could go either way in the second half.
Well, that's a quarter that Coach Gordon's kind of happy he's got the lead on and thinks it should be a little bit bigger. We missed a lot of easy layups. We're 2 of 7 from the foul line. We've given up about 8-10 points off offensive rebounds, and that's a lot of the little things that if you can just clean up, that turns a game like this into a 20-point halftime lead, which is a whole lot more fun to coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking here at the stat sheet of who all's been scoring. We talked in the pregame about Haley Gordon specifically, how it took her a half to really settle in to start contributing on Tuesday offensively. But this go round today, she has been on fire, scoring already 9 points in the first half.
Yeah, Haley's been aggressive. She's been attacking the rim. She's been able to get some back cuts and some good passes from her teammates. Also, she's been able to kind of leap deep on that press and get a couple of layups there also that the Lady Dogs have recognized.
Well, and the two girls that we talked about really not contributing as much as they would have liked as far as scoring goes on Tuesday. Haley Gordon, and then another one being Zoe Chilton, who already has 5 points in this game, which already eclipses how many she had on Tuesday. So it looks like these two senior leaders are starting to kind of get more comfortable here as we go along.
They are, and one of the stories we're going to have to look at, of course, Carly Everett went down with some hard contact in the first quarter. She didn't come back. I saw her icing her knee on the bench, so I'm hoping everything's okay with her. Some of these younger girls like Tinley Davis, Rachel Puckett are going to have to step up and provide big minutes this second half. Another storyline to watch, number 5, Nora Lehner has 4 fouls. Number 2, Addie Slaughter has 3 fouls for CA, so that's going to be something that they have to take into consideration too. Of course, they try to get really aggressive, and one of the things that we have done is we have attacked them. We've made them have to play defense, so we've been able to draw fouls. We haven't committed as many fouls because CA is settling for the three-point shot a lot of times.
And we look at Columbia Academy, they have a pretty deep roster. So even if Lehner goes down, that they can fill someone who's also pretty dangerous. So Hickman County's got to always be aware, always on their toes, no matter who's on the floor for Columbia Academy. And we are underway here with the third quarter. Hickman County in possession. Chilton gives up top to Gordon, pulls from 3. Won't find it, it rattles out. Rebounded by Columbia Academy. And it looks like Rachel Puckett might have switched numbers.
Might have had a little blood on the 12 jersey.
And it's taken away. Floyd gives the corner. Gordon again from 3. Again it rattles out.
Just can't get that to fall, but she followed, got her own rebound and got the foul. Good hustle there by Haley. Three-point shot's not going right now, but you still got to keep that open shot.
And that was a lot of contact. Gordon went flying. And that foul was on Margaret Lehner. That's her second.
Backdoor play, another missed layup. Had the open shot again there, just missed the layup. That's about 7 or 8 now.
And Kramer there forcing the jump ball. The possession arrow does favor CA. Inbounded. Hickman County still applying pressure. Kramer
Good
jumps
job
in
by
front
Bailey Kramer right there.
and keeps it in play. Puckett lost the handle, but tips it out to Gordon. Gordon drives off the glass, won't fall. Kramer picks it up off the glass. This one goes.
Great defensive play by Bailey Kramer, reading that gap, getting out and getting the steal.
That was Kramer's first bucket of the game. Knocks it loose, tough on that baseline, but CA hangs with it. Now gives, Keaton drives, over Kramer, well short. Puckett with the rebound.
I'm going to disagree on the jump ball call right there because she only had one hand caught in between her arm. But he called the jump ball and we've got the possession arrow.
So it will stay with Hickman County. Kramer, that was her first bucket that we just saw of the game, but that certainly does not tell the entire story of her productivity tonight. Ava gives off to Chilton at the wing. Chilton drives, gives to Gordon, dribbles right to Floyd. Goes into the paint, steps through, goes for the layup, no good, but she's fouled and will shoot 2.
Good take to the left side right there. Was able to create contact by Shirley as Shirley went up to try to block that shot. She went through Ava's right shoulder to get to her left hand.
And the officials will call that 10 times out of 10. And
not all of them.
hopefully. And Floyd sinks the first one. The second one kicks off the back of the rim. Nice hustle by Chilton to get a hand on it, but it's knocked away and picked up by Columbia Academy. Shirley up the floor. Right wing, it's Keaton. Nice defense by Gordon there to take away Collins. Tough pass, Puckett got a hand on it, stays with CA from the wing for 3, no good, too strong, and that goes off the hands of Haley Gordon, and it will stay with Columbia Academy.
Close to getting a steal right there. They're rotating well right now out of the defense.
Up top, quick 3 from Shirley, off the mark, Kramer, the first one to touch it, but it is a war in the paint, and a jump ball is called.
So I think maybe he thought he called a quick jump ball a while ago, so that time he wasn't going to call it as quick.
A tough
Good
shot.
challenge right there.
A very contested shot. Forced by Kramer. Puckett looking for help. Nice pass to Gordon. Good vision. Gordon steps through. Bounce pass to Chilton. Knocked away and taken away by CA. And a foul is called against Hickman County.
Zoe's got to look to be aggressive right there. She had an angle to get to the rim, go in with that little right-hand layup, and she just was hesitant about it. Tried to force the pass and led to a turnover.
Gordon guarding Collins closely. Tries to drive left. Goes over Kramer. Not even close. Chilton picks up the loose ball. That's a great pass to lead Puckett up the floor. Rachel might want to go all the way.
Wow.
And no call.
No call. No call, and it's out of bounds on us. Wow.
So a double whammy there against Hickman County.
Wow.
And the fans here not very pleased. Now Shirley down the left side, double teamed. Now Puckett breaks off. Floyd staying right with her though. Gives up to Collins. Collins, who's been all over the place for CA in this ball game, but hasn't found a bucket yet. Shirley drives on Floyd. Nice defense. Forces her to kick it back out to Gentry. Now Keaton up top, guarded by Puckett. Fakes the give, dribbles short on the shot, tipped, put back, good. That was Lily Gentry, her second bucket of the game. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Dogs lead, the Hickman County Dogs lead, 24-21. Floyd floats it to Kramer, nice job to hang with it. Goes to Chilton, pump fakes, dribbles, Gordon from 3. Rolls out of the bowl. And I believe they say CA ball. Down the floor goes Collins. Gives right to Keaton. Dribbles right on Puckett. Rachel hanging right with her. Now Shirley up top. Driving left, Hickman County guarding the interior very well right now. Forcing a lot of passes beyond the perimeter. Tough pass inside, floats it, give back out. Shirley from 3, well off the mark. And Hickman County wisely watches it hit the baseline, and it will be Hickman ball.
Good defensive stand right there. They didn't give up the penetration, didn't give up the pass inside, forced a quick, it wasn't a quick 3, but she shot it kind of quick and was leaning to the left.
Shouts Puckett. Gives to Gordon. Gordon wants to drive. A lot of contact. I believe we heard the slap from up here.
Well, that was a foul. But there was a whole lot more contact on the other one where we were attacking the rim.
So Tinley Davis subbing in for Rachel Puckett. And it's like you said, Ron, with the current absence of Carly Everett, Davis and Puckett gonna have to step up big. Corner 3, Floyd, she got it!
Nice play right there.
That's Floyd's second triple of the game. CA tries to answer right back. She hits the three.
Good job by CA pushing the ball up the floor, getting an open shot on the wing. We didn't recover very good.
CA has 4 made threes thus far tonight. Keaton has 2 of them. Davis dribbles in, gives Gordon. Dribbles and drives. Tough pass to Chilton. Drives in off the glass. Gets the 2 to fall.
Nice pass by Haley Gordon to set up that layup by Zoe Chilton.
Now CA, once again, the pace has quickened for both these teams. Collins, guarded closely by Gordon, gives up top to Shirley. Nice pickup by Chilton, but a blocking foul is called.
Wow.
And a substitution now. Addie Slaughter back in, replaces number 3, Margaret Lehner.
That was pretty good defense by Zoe, jumping out there and hedging that screen.
And that was an easy 2 for CA number 22, Lily Gentry, her second bucket of the second half. The Dogs moving it down the floor. Davis dribbles. Gordon goes left. Now back up top to Chilton, floats it to Kramer. Kramer wants to drive. Tough shot, well short. Great hustle by Davis, and she has the putback.
Good job by Davis getting on the boards right there.
Now a deep 3 by Keaton. Too strong. Floyd, nice box out. But couldn't secure the loose ball, and it goes back to CA. And a timeout is called on the floor. Your score 31-26 in favor of Hickman County. And this has been, my goodness, an electric third quarter, to say the least. A lot of offense, a lot of defense going back and forth. I'm sure we're not even close to finished yet with the fireworks.
It's like I said, it's 2 evenly matched teams. It's going to be whoever executes better down the stretch. One of the things that's kind of added to this quarter is the referees have let it get really, really physical. It's been they're letting some girls bump, some girls kind of extend that arm. So it's something we're going to have to adjust to right there. It's kind of like on that rebound right there. Ava thought she had it, but the girl bumped her in the back, and she wasn't quite ready for it.
It's one of the things, you can watch film, but
and they get a layup on the same play we have been running.
And that was Shirley there with the easy 2.
That's 4 points we've given up on inbounds plays in the last 30 seconds.
Shirley's been relatively quiet scoring. Puckett back in the game now. We're going to dribble back out to set up. Not getting any breathing room. Tipped out by Gentry into the hands of Slaughter. Down the floor goes Shirley in a hurry. Gets into the corner. Now drives. Mid-range 2 and a foul. I believe they get the now number 0, Rachel Puckett, with the foul. And that'll send Collins to the line, looking for her first points of the contest. And she finds them. First free throw is good. 1 minute and 39 seconds left to play in this third quarter.
CA has stepped up their defense a little bit, and we're going to have to find ways to get back to the rim or get some open shots.
And Collins goes 2 for 2. 1-point ball game. Puckett down the floor. She takes it herself down to the wing. Now goes left, looking for help, and finds Davis. Being closely guarded by Keaton.
Let's get a 5-second count. Got a hold, got bailed out there. Number 11 got a little bit aggressive right there. We were on about a 4 count right there.
And that's something we were talking about, or you were talking about rather, how Columbia Academy has really stepped up their aggressiveness. Even with some girls being in foul trouble, they're still persistent. That's how they've been able to claw back and stay in this game, 31-30. Floyd up top, gives to Puckett. Rachel drives, nice kick out to Gordon. Now to Chilton up top. Wants to go in.
All the way there, good take, Zoe. It's a good take, just got to finish.
And it goes out of bounds off Columbia Academy. It will stay with the Dogs. Kramer coming back into the game. She will be replacing Zoe Chilton.
That's a take I want to see Zoe make more often.
It was a great move.
As she gets used to it, she'll start finishing that shot.
She certainly made her own space right there driving through, and that was a great play by Zoe. Couldn't cap it off, but they still have possession. Floats it out to Puckett. Rachel hands off to Floyd. Ava goes to Gordon. Gordon drives all the way to the paint, takes it herself, can't get it to fall. Davis on the rebound. And it's a jump ball. It'll stay with the Bulldogs of Hickman County.
At some point, I just keep thinking we're going to start hitting those layups and stretch this lead out.
46.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kramer hands to Floyd. Floyd drives all the way. Nice move, and she gets the two.
Good dribble handoff there by Bailey Kramer. Kind of brushed off the defender. Gave Ava a gap to the goal.
Ava, who had 5 points in the first half, has eclipsed that already with 6 points in the third quarter alone. Shirley, tough pass, but triple covered. And now here comes Gordon. Nice bounce pass. Davis with the two.
Good defensive play by Kramer leads to a layup.
With 10 seconds now, CA probably looking to take the final shot of this quarter. Driving in, kicks it. And that Slaughter well off the mark into the possession of the Bulldogs, and that brings the third quarter to a close. Your score with 1 quarter remaining, Hickman County 35, Columbia Academy 30. We'll be right back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back. 1 quarter remains to decide a winner here inside J.E. Cisco, and it's been a close one. 5 points separate these two Lady Bulldog teams. Hickman currently leads CA 35-30, and that was a third quarter where we started to see Ava Floyd take over just a little bit, scoring, leading Hickman County in points with 5 in the third.
I want to tell you in that third quarter who made a difference was Tinley Davis coming in off the bench and scoring 4 points also.
And she was very consistent with those layups as well.
She got some rebounds. She played good defense. And anytime you're able to add 4 points in a quarter right there, that's big.
And the fourth will begin with CA possession driving, and that's a tough shot. Almost falls, but Shirley gets the putback. That won't fall. Kramer has it knocked loose, and now it's Lehner taking back control for Columbia Academy. Shirley thought about pulling up, now wants to drive. Screen set. The shot won't fall. Picked up by Lehner. Dribbles it back out. Now up top to Shirley. Nice play by Puckett to get a hand on it. And now it's Gordon taking it the other direction. Now she wants to calm down, set up. Chilton dribbles in. Nice pass to Kramer and has it batted out of bounds. And that was just a great defensive play there underneath.
She actually got her hands on the skip pass. They were trying to throw it over her to another girl, so she was able to get her hands on it, and Gordon picked it up for the steal.
Inbounded to Puckett. Goes right. Back to the corner, it's Floyd. Ava now wants to drive to the baseline.
Apparently dribbled out of bounds. I didn't see it.
Looked like a slight bit of contact there. Pushed Ava to the baseline, and that was a great play by CA to regain possession. A minute has elapsed in the fourth quarter. Still nobody has scored a point yet. Ava playing tough defense on Shirley. Has to chuck it up. Gordon keeps it in bounds. She's driving. Pulls up. Now looks to reset. Tough pass to Kramer. Puckett dribbles in. Floater. Almost had it. But Floyd with the board. Corner three. No, rattles out and picked up by CA. And
those last two shots hit all parts of the rim right there, just didn't go in.
And these fans just want to come unglued for something. I want to come unglued for something. Corner three, off the mark, missed by Collins. Rebound, Kramer, great defense. And that's a tough
That's
call
a bad
right there.
call. That's a bad call. Hands were straight up. She said he got her on the wrist. She shot into Bailey's wrist.
So these free throws could be huge. The first one misses. Lily Gentry at the line, who was the leading scorer for Columbia Academy in that third quarter with 4 points.
Interesting note. I know her dad. Worked with her in McEwen, or worked with him in McEwen.
So Gentry goes 1 for 2, making it a 4-point game, still 2 possessions. Floyd patiently bringing up the floor, goes around Shirley, pump fakes a pass, all the way, and one!
And one right there. Good, strong move right there. Went through the contact, finished.
Ava Floyd never ceases to amaze. And she
Finished the
secures
free
the
throw.
three-point
Big
play.
play right there.
Shirley up the floor, takes it by herself. Now inside the perimeter, swings it to the corner. Open look for three. Won't
Got a
fall.
board. There you go,
Nice
Bailey.
board
That's way
by
to grab
Kramer.
it. That's a foul. Good big
foul is
board
called.
right there. Bailey Kramer jumped up, grabbed it, secured it with 2 hands. She is playing well tonight. Defensively, she's shooting gaps. I really like what I'm seeing from Bailey.
The ball inbounded to Ava. Under 6 minutes to play in the fourth. Hickman leads by 7.
Going to start trapping Ava now. Nice pass right there. Zoe's
Goes
got to be ready
Floyd.
for it. Oh,
Thought about pulling up, but doesn't. Now
shoot
dribbles
that
it back
ball,
out.
Ava. Shoot that ball.
Now Ava wants to drive, kicks it, puck it from 3. Hits the back of the rim, loose ball right between the wickets of Haley Gordon, and now it's taken away towards the direction of Columbia Academy. Oh, and Kramer with the block. Again, she
Our
has been a
shots are
force.
looking good. Our three-point shots are looking good. They're just hitting the back of the rim and not going in like we want them to.
And Gordon almost forcing the takeaway. Collins from 3. This time it falls.
It's a big shot. We had a chance to get the ball, and they end up with 3 points.
And that is Collins' first bucket, not from the line. So it's a 4-point game now with 5 minutes to play. Pass to Gordon, now to Chilton in the corner. Looking for help, Floyd's open. And good help there by Ava. And now more time continues to burn. Bounce pass to Chilton. Oh, and she's met quickly, and a jump ball is called. The possession arrow will stay with Hickman County.
So we got to understand that they're going to try to tie us up every time. We've got to get the ball into our shoulders, triple threat. Zoe's kind of holding the ball down there by her waist, giving free access to it.
Puck it inbounds to Floyd. 4.5 to play.
Got a count going, got to beat her. Got to beat her.
Ava keeping her dribble alive, and a timeout is called by Coach Gordon.
Coach Gordon had to call a timeout because we were about to get into a 5-second count right there. Hey, Ava needed to either create space or kick that to get out of that 5-second count, and she didn't, so Coach Gordon took the timeout.
So 38-34, Hickman leads going into this timeout. And you said earlier, Ron, this game means so much to Hickman County and Columbia Academy alike. It's been a rivalry of sorts, and we're sitting right above the student section, and we know how loud they've been throughout this entire game.
And they've been very loud. In Hickman County, you know a lot of people who go to CA. And so there's kind of for us that desire to beat them.
Yeah, it's
You know,
personal.
we've got people leaving us to go to CA, so it makes it a little more personal. Yeah.
This game super competitive, super close, just as we anticipated. So after the timeout called by Coach Gordon, Lady Dogs of Hickman in possession. Nice pass to Kramer, goes up, no shot. Fans wanted a foul.
I don't know how that's not a foul.
Owen.
Gonna have to get her. She just hit one.
And she's heating up. That's another one.
Now she's hit two.
Haley Collins with a pair of triples. CA has brought it back to a one-point game. Floyd dribbles, wants to go all the way. Whistle and a foul.
I'll call that one on the floor.
Nice pass out to Kramer. Hands to Floyd. Ava pulls up in her face, and she sinks it.
Big three right there, big three.
Ava Floyd coming alive when it matters most to extend the lead. 3:45 to play in the fourth. Puckett playing tough defense. Looking for help, Keaton. Has it batted away by Kramer and into the hands of Ava Floyd.
Bailey Kramer with another deflection.
Ava keeping her dribble alive wisely. Now sets back up top. Ava wants to drive all the way off the glass. Doesn't find it. And CA moving it down in a hurry. Coast to coast. Collins. The two won't go. Kramer tips it out. Another chance. Deep three. Won't go. Loose ball again. And it goes off the leg of Kramer.
Yeah. We got to pull some of those loose balls right there. We've had hands on a lot, just can't pull them down there. Almost every time we don't, they end up with a big shot.
Collins to throw it in. Finds Shirley open in the corner, pulls from three, and that's a big-time three. Reese Shirley, who's been relatively quiet offensively, with a big-time three, making it yet again a one-point game. Under 3 minutes to play now in the fourth. Ava pulls. Can't get it to go. But Hickman County still playing tight defense, not giving Shirley a lot of room to breathe. But now she breaks out. Bullet to the corner. Nice corral there by Keaton. Now goes back up top to Collins. Swing to Shirley. Now to the corner. Nora Lehner. And a foul is called against Hickman. So now in crunch time, Ron, even though Nora Lehner has the 4 fouls against her,
she's going to be aggressive here. I mean, you're under 3 minutes. You're playing right now.
Coach Brandon Tennant of CA going with his 5 most trustworthy. Keaton pulls the dribble, gives out, 3 attempted.
She banks in another one.
Floyd drives, foul, and one. Ava Floyd.
That's 2 3-point shots that CA has banked in tonight. Sometimes that just happens. We've had good shots rolling all over the rim and not going in. It's just things you got to fight through and execute and win a game as Ava hits the free throw to take a 1-point lead with 2:15 left.
That was a big-time play by Ava. 3-pointers at this stage of the game can be such momentum turners. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Walk. That was a walk before the foul. Bailey ran into her, but she had already.
So it's a dead play
shuffled. Yeah, after the walk, it's a dead play. Yeah.
And if you're a Columbia Academy, that's the last thing you want to see coming at you.
You're not happy with that, but he had already called the walk.
But I
hope she's okay.
I believe that was number 5, Nora Lehner, shaken up right there. She was grimacing and clutching at her back a little bit. Of course, this floor unforgiving, and you never want to see injuries no matter who you cheer for. So we saw Everett go down earlier, now Lehner. So we're hoping all these young ladies can emerge from this game unscathed to the best of their ability. Now Floyd back up top. The clock winds under 2 minutes. Floyd drives off the glass, won't go, and they get Ava on the charge.
Yeah, she put her shoulder into her right there. That was probably a good call. Just looking at it there, it looked like Shirley had defensive position. She wasn't sideways.
Now, of course, if you're a Hickman County fan, it's never the correct call, but objectively, I agree with you there, Ron. So CA with a chance to regain the lead. Floyd still playing close defense on Shirley. Nice move there.
Gotta give help.
Driving, kicks it out.
Get back there, Zoe.
Zoe hand in her face, and the three rattles out Puckett with a nice board. Now Ava wants to drive and a foul.
And she gets to go to the line now. 2 shots. As the Lady Dogs, if we can hit free throws, which we haven't done very well this game, we'll have a shot to win.
And Floyd can't find the first one.
Second shot's good, though. Lady Dogs up by 2 with 1:30 left.
That was a big free throw there by Floyd. Shirley gives left.
Need to stop
Slaughter,
right here.
drives,
Need to stop right
kicks
here.
it out. Now back up top, Shirley inside the three-point line. Now goes back out.
Haley and Ava don't need to give any help right now.
And Slaughter picks it up.
There we go. Got the double dribble. Got the double dribble. Right now on defense, CA's looking for 2 people to shoot the ball. Maybe 3. Slaughter, number 21, who is that? Collins, she's hit 2 threes. And of course Shirley, coming out in the 2-3 trap right here. Got a timeout, timeout.
Ava picked up the dribble. Coach Gordon was pleading for a timeout.
They wouldn't give him the timeout. They called the over and back, I guess. I don't know what they called.
So CA with life. And now a timeout given to Columbia Academy with 56.1 seconds left. 2-point game. Hickman leads 45-43.
Ava's just got to be a little bit smarter on that right there. They went to a 2-3 trap where they had 2 girls up, and she dribbled all the way over into the corner, stepped across the line, and that's the last place you want to be in that situation.
Well, on Tuesday, that's something we talked about as well, picking up your dribble in those precarious situations.
Yeah.
But this is a big timeout. A lot of adjustments can be made here.
CA is drawing up a play right now. Shirley's going to be probably either the primary target of the play or she's going to be a decoy. Collins has hit 2 threes here in the second half. Would not surprise me at all to see her popping off, setting a screen, rolling, trying to get a shot. If I'm Coach Gordon here, I'm telling Haley Gordon to stick with her. I'm putting Rachel and I'm putting Bailey in help side. The other 3 girls are going to guard pretty close.
And their primary mode of attack, besides a free throw, have been all 3-pointers.
Trying to get Shirley off a handoff. That was a nice. Now they got a mismatch with Kramer.
Now she pulls from 3. It won't fall. Loose ball secured by Gordon. That's a big-time play, and that's a foul right there to force some shots to preserve some time.
So that may have helped the Bulldogs out. We switched Bailey Kramer on her, so Shirley thought she could pull up outside. She shot it for about 24 feet right there, it looked like to me, which for tonight has been outside her range.
And Gordon with a big-time free throw.
So we've got a 3-point lead now. This free throw right here is huge because it makes it a 2-possession game if we can go up by 4 points with 43.5 on the clock.
And
she
Gordon.
got it.
And a 3 won't go. Kramer with the board. Quickly gets it out to Floyd.
Oh, she walks. He had a timeout, though. He had a timeout.
Coach Gordon.
Oh, he called.
And they get the walk. And that is twice they have not given Coach Gordon his timeout.
Oh, my goodness. I saw him indicate timeout before the walk travel right there. That's a bad job of officiating right there.
But CA with new life, and a timeout is called by Columbia Academy to draw up a play. So as you said, it is a two-possession game. So it's going to take a lot to go right for CA in these last 27.9 seconds.
Well, what we have to focus on is doing everything right. Sometimes you can do things right and other teams can score. They can bank in a three. They can do something. But most times if you do things right, box out. The big thing here is going to be get the rebound. Get the rebound, clear out, let them foul us, and hit another couple of free throws. You don't want to give up a wide open three here. You want to make sure everything is challenged, but you also don't want to foul in this situation where they can score with the clock not running.
And we've been talking about it all game. It was very evident in the first half, those second opportunity shots for Columbia Academy. And if Hickman County gives any of those away here, CA could easily find themselves back in this ball game.
Well, a basket here makes it a one-possession game, and they're going to call a quick timeout. They have one timeout left, or they may just go into a quick press here, try to save that timeout.
So CA with possession, out of the timeout, up top. Chilton got a hand on it, still playing close defense in the corner.
The Bulldogs have a foul to give if they want to.
20 seconds. Shirley wants to drive. Kramer with a block. CA stays with it from a corner. Collins with a three.
It's a three. Got to get those loose balls.
And Floyd takes it herself. And a foul is called on Ava with 5.2 seconds. Man, how about Haley Collins in this fourth quarter? She has been one of the sole reasons they have been in this game.
She's the reason it's a one-point game. She's got 9 points in the fourth quarter. She's the reason. If anybody else, if she doesn't hit those shots, we're up 10 right now, and it's, there's no questions here. We're already cheering the boys onto the floor.
Now Ava with some big free throws coming. And if she makes both of these, it gives CA 5.2 seconds to come up with a miracle three-pointer. And she gets the first one.
Got one more free throw here. They get Nancy.
But a missed free throw here gives CA a chance to draw up a play to go for the win as well. So a lot can happen.
So we've got a foul to give. We've got a foul to give if we want to.
And a timeout is called by Columbia Academy. So with 3.1 seconds, as soon as it's inbounded, you could really foul them if you wanted to burn off a couple of seconds of the three that's left.
I don't understand CA's timeout. They ran off 2 seconds right there. Maybe they wanted to advance it to half court. I'm not sure.
Well, that's about the only thing I could imagine, at least in that situation.
Coach Gordon's got to entertain the thought right here of letting CA throw it in, and on the first dribble going in and fouling, just trying to run another second off of the clock if we can. The thing you don't want to do in that situation, though, is foul when they're shooting and give up 3 free throws. So it's something you have to feel confident in, that you've got a defensive player that understands the situation and will foul them when the ball's on the floor, not when they're gathering to shoot.
And before this game even began, we probably could have guessed it was going to come down to the final few seconds. And this is what, as a fan, as a player, coach, broadcaster, you live for these kind of high-stress moments where you can secure a big-time win at home in front of your hometown crowd if you're Hickman County, in front of a rival, not just any rival, a very good and talented rival as well.
The Bulldogs don't want to let them catch the ball going towards CA's basket right here. They want to make them, CA's trying to go to their basket.
It's Collins. The Slaughter
That's
from
off.
3, well off target, and the Hickman County Lady Dogs have secured a victory. They have defeated Columbia Academy by a final score of 49-46, and what a game.
Good job by the Lady Dogs right there. What I liked about this game, the fourth quarter we executed. We did some really good things in the fourth quarter. We grew as a team. It was a good, solid performance all the way across. If you look, every person that stepped out on the floor gave some type of effort. They helped the team out in one way or another, either by points, by defense, or by rebounds. Good solid team win right here.
And Hickman County going forward, that's how they're going to have to win ball games. You can't rely on one or two people. It's going to be a collective effort, and that's exactly what we saw here tonight. And now the boys making their entrance through a tunnel of cheerleaders and students alike. And if you thought that game was good, I cannot imagine what we're about to watch in this boys game. But we're going to step away for just a few moments. Once again, congratulations to the Lady Dogs of Hickman for walking out of here with a victory, 49-46. I've been Josh Copley with Ron Puckett on WNKX. We'll be back in a few moments for the boys game. Don't go anywhere.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We are just a few minutes away, 6.5 to be exact, from our second game this evening between the boys of Hickman County and the boys of Columbia Academy. And it should be a good one, Ron. I'm excited. I know some of these guys for Hickman have had this game circled.
Of course I do. Of course, you know, Will McDonald went to CA for a while. He probably knows some of these guys, so this is a big game for him. From Coach Dawson's standpoint, he's looking at it as another step. They came out the first game. He saw some things he liked. He saw some things he didn't like. This team will pose some different challenges. They're a little bit bigger. Got some more athletic guards. And so it's nothing that our guys have not seen before. It's just something you have to adjust to and you know, play against and play the right way.
Of course, the energy is definitely here as even more people have been packing into J.E. Siska Memorial Gymnasium after that incredible win by our Hickman County Lady Dogs, and we're looking forward to hearing from Coach Gavin Gordon and his hand-picked player of the game at the half of this game. So during our halftime break here in 2 quarters time, don't go anywhere because we will have some interviews that I'm sure you will not want to miss. But looking at this matchup on paper, now as we talked about with the girls game and that pregame show, you can't judge high school sports on what happened the year before. Now last year, Hickman County came up short on the road inside Anderson Fieldhouse by a final score of 55-53, a game that came down to the very last shot, but it didn't fall, and thus the result was the Hickman County loss. But looking at that game, a lot of fans and coaches, if you ask them why you lost that game, a lot of them would say it's just the free throw differential. But as a coach, you want to focus on the things that you can do better. You can't always game plan for officiating, how they're going to let you play or lack thereof. So what do you think Coach Dawson has been instilling into his guys preparing for this CA matchup?
Well, I doubt that he's even looked at at last year's game. He's watched a lot of tape on the game the other night. He's looking at the things that we did well. He's looking at the things that he didn't like, and that's what he's been emphasizing during practice.
And that's really what he told us on that when we heard from him at the end of Tuesday's game. He said that, you know, you have to treat it like another game, do all that you can do to make sure you're prepared and not worry about the external factors of the other team as much. Most
times, if you take care of the factors that you can take care of, good things happen. If you start worrying about the factors that you can't take care of, bad things happen.
And it seems like with this game, you know, when we think about players to watch, of course, it can go for anybody. I mean, on Tuesday, Braden Brown, my goodness, what a performance. 17 points, I believe, in that ballpark. And he was really a leader. He was the guy getting off the dribble. He was the guy making space. He was the guy opening up shots for his teammates. But he was also taking his own shots and racking up points on his own. So I'm looking to see how Braden Brown builds off that performance on Tuesday.
The thing I like about our team, though, is any given night you're going to have a different player that's going to be the guy. Because we've got about 6 or 7 guys who can put up 15 points, who can put up 20 points if they're given that chance. And the biggest thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to recognize who's getting the open shots tonight. And when you get the open shots, step up, knock them down. Well, that's what I think makes our team so tough. You know, we talked about Tyler McKinnon the other night, big 6'7" guy in the middle. He didn't score a point. He might drop 20 tonight, you know. And that's just what makes us so hard to guard, so hard to game plan against. We've got penetrators, we've got shooters, we've got big guys inside, and we've got a lot of guys who are athletic and get up and play above the rim.
Well, and thinking back to Tuesday, like you said, there wasn't just one guy that was racking up all of our team's points. We did say Braden Brown was hovering around 17. Tim Puckett was hovering around 15, 16. Will McDonald was hovering around 14, 15. I mean, they were spreading the love in the best way on Tuesday. Guys getting the open look and taking advantage of what they were given. Now tonight, it's impossible to ignore that it's going to be an emotional night for Will McDonald, who's going to be one of the leaders on this team going forward throughout the rest of the season. So how he carries himself tonight is going to be a big example to those around him, because is he going to let his emotions get the better of him, or is he going to harness those emotions and make him into a better ball player?
Well, what Will's really got to focus on tonight is just playing hard and playing the right way. If he plays hard and plays the right way, good things will happen. If he tries to do too much, sometimes when you do too much, you can do too much. But a lot of times when you try to do too much, it has a negative effect on you.
Well, and last year at the CA game, you could tell Will wanted to score 50 points that night. He was putting up shots that maybe he wouldn't always be putting up, contested shots, just not great looks, and he struggled in that first half of last year's game. But as we said, it's a new year, and Will has had a year to mature, to step into this role as the leader, and I think he should embrace how much this game means to him, but use it as fuel and not as a hindrance.
The other thing I'm looking at Will right now is he took a hard fall the other night. And as we start running and everything, I'm kind of wanting to see what his gait's like, how that's affecting him.
And when we talked to Will after the game, where I got a chance to catch up with him on the floor, he said that the pain when he was stationary wasn't that bad, when he was just sitting still, but he said when he got back on the floor, because he did return to the game on Tuesday in a Herculean effort, when he started running, that's where he said he finally felt that pain on that right hip.
And as you get into the game, you start jumping, you start landing. Sometimes that'll loosen up and you don't feel it in the heat of the game and the adrenaline. And so I'm hoping for Will that that's kind of the case. I've been watching his shot. His shot looks good during the warm-ups. He's been draining them.
But also, some guys we saw step up on Tuesday, the young guys, freshmen. Jack Floyd came in, and he really handled the ball really well. He didn't score a ton of points. He had one bucket maybe, but that doesn't speak to his productivity. We saw Carter Goodwin come out. He can score, but he doesn't really need to, as Coach Dawson said on Tuesday.
I think he had 6 the other night. So,
which still isn't bad by any measure. He was still contributing, but he is a great ball handler. He can pass really well. He can create space. And as well, we saw Major Claus show his athleticism on Tuesday as well, not finding the net, scoring, but we're still playing a big role in that victory. And it's going to be a team game, just like the girls' game we saw a few moments ago. It's going to take everybody to beat Columbia Academy here tonight.
Well, every night we step out, your biggest goal is to play hard, play as a team, and win.
The starting lineups being introduced now for Hickman County. And of course, we're not expecting much of a change. We're seeing Will McDonald, Tim Puckett, Braden Brown, Brody Worley, and Tyler McKinnon starting things off for these Hickman County Bulldogs. So Coach Dawson wanting to keep things consistent, but as we saw on Tuesday, there are a number of guys he can sub in and out at any given point.
He's going to play about 9 guys most games probably. In the first half, you're probably going to see 9 guys. In the second half, depending on what the score of the game is, he'll whittle it down to the ones he thinks is going to win the game for him.
And on the Columbia Academy side, their starting lineup, number 20, Myers Malone, number 14, Zephon Williams, number 11, Dakari Parks, number 10, Cooper Estep, and number 1, Griffin George.
What I've heard, number 11 and number 10, Parks and Estep are going to be the ones that.
And McKinnon and Estep on the tip, and CA comes up with it. The layup is no good. Rebounded by Worley, a deep pass. And it's going to stay with CA. Off the glass, won't go. And another Brody Worley board. So almost a big-time mental lapse there that led to CA points. But
Brody's got all the stats right now. 2 rebounds, 1 turnover for us. But good job on the board getting back with it.
Not getting up on the play is huge. Now McDonald
on the line.
Out of bounds.
2 possessions, 2 turnovers. Not really the way Coach Dawson wanted to start right there.
You got to hit the good with the bad. You have the 2 turnovers, but you have those 2 boards that didn't lead to second chance opportunities for CA. Now Parks, guarded by Brown. Screen set by Estep. He goes right to the corner. Malone gives back to Parks. Malone pump fakes, drives from the baseline. He lost it. Picked up by McKinnon. Now to Tim Puckett on the left side. Tim gives to Brown. Quickly to McDonald. Will. Nice move. Dribbles to the baseline. Swings it out. Brown from 3. Can't get it. And a great board by McKinnon. Stepping through, using his size. No call. Gets the rebound and the putback.
And that's what I like to see the big guy do right there. Jump up, get a rebound, make 2 authoritative moves. Probably should have had a foul on the first one. Stuck with it and put the second one in.
He was imposing his will on that one. Malone thought about pulling up for a deep 3. Now back to Parks up top. Screen set by Estep. Now Estep with the rock. Swings it. Parks tries to dribble in, kicks it out. Now Malone drives, puts it over Tim. Tough shot. Rebounded by McKinnon.
Braden's got to come back and get that ball from him, though.
And Worley wants to drive all the way himself.
Through the foul.
And he does draw the foul.
Foul is on 14, Zephan Williams.
Worley with a shoe malfunction there of some sort. I believe it flew off his foot.
He kind of jumped out of it when he got fouled right there. So far, CA has been looking to pump fake and attack. They've had a couple of open threes that they've passed up and trying to get to the rim.
But if Hickman County plays that interior strong, it may force CA to take those shots they're not comfortable with as the game rolls along.
I feel like a couple of them are comfortable with it from what I saw during the warm-ups.
So Worley misses the first free throw. Number 2 is up, and this one falls. Now Parks on the drive. Pulls from 3. Can't get it, and McDonald
Good
draws
box
the
out
foul.
right there by Will McDonald on the weak side rebound. He had responsibility for this entire offside part of the floor, put his body on somebody and got that push call from behind.
Forces George to go over the top. Easy call there for the officials. But now CA has done an entire team switch, I believe.
Yep, they did.
Now Brown up the floor. 3-0 Dogs lead. Tim Puckett at the right wing. Gives to Worley. McKinnon inside. Dishes. McDonald. Corner 3. Buries it.
Like to see that go in. Like to see that go in.
And Will is a player that feeds off of his own successes so well. If he's a hot hand, he's going to keep taking those shots. And he lost it.
And that's our ball.
And that's Bulldog ball.
That's Bulldog ball.
So McDonald makes a great 3 in the corner, then plays some great defense on the other end.
Trying to extend full court pressure. This is where Braden Brown's going to have to use his maturity and his experience from last year to handle that.
So Brown
Got a 5-second count
being
going
guarded
right now.
closely by Webster. Kicks it out to McDonald. Will wants to drive. Kicks it to Brown from the corner. Missed it. Nice rebound, though, by Tim. Now Tim Puckett pulls. Can't find it. Worley with a board. Mid-range 2. He gets it to go.
Good start on the boards by the Bulldogs. They are crashing and just manhandling the boards on both ends.
Those second chance opportunities. Kazmierski in trouble, gives off to Johnson. Johnson dribbles in, bounce pass inside. Nice move, can't finish off the shot. McKinnon, nice board. Brown, it's a foot race, off the glass. Easy 2 for Braden Brown.
CA needs a timeout, and he takes it.
And Columbia Academy calls a timeout to the roar of the Hickman County crowd. A 10-0 run to start the first quarter. And you could not have drawn it up any better if you're Coach Dawson.
Well, our defense is good. We're challenging everything. They're getting one shot. Tyler McKinnon's playing like a man inside, grabbing rebounds. Grabbed that last rebound, turned around, saw Braden Brown streaking down the floor, threw a dime, 60 feet down the floor to him for the layup. Good start by the Bulldogs. Now this is where they're going to make an adjustment. We have to keep the same intensity, the same focus, and we have to understand we need to keep playing the same way. Don't change what we're doing and start going one-on-one. We're playing as a team right now.
So it looks like CA has gone back to their original starting 5 out of this timeout with 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Parks up top, gives to Estep. Now Estep hands to Malone. Malone to Parks, open look from 3. Won't get it. And McKinnon secures the rebound. McDonald
said, I'll take my 4th rebound of the night right here.
McDonald hanging with it. Not picking up his dribble. Dribbles and drives.
Nice
pass to McKinnon.
And
off the glass. And 1
There
for the 6'6" senior.
Great setup right there by Will McDonald. He penetrated to the middle. Tyler's man stepped up. Stepped up on him. Delivered the pass to Tyler. Tyler caught it, finished strong, took the foul.
And there is Will McDonald not doing too much.
Yeah, he's playing basketball.
And McKinnon secures the 3-point play. Now, McDonald took the open look and he capitalized, but he's not forcing anything thus far here tonight. Great team basketball played by McDonald. In the corner, it's Malone, guarded by Tim Puckett. Bounce pass E-step over McKinnon, and CA is on the board.
Nice little jump hook right there. He got positioned about 8 feet out and hit the right-hand jump hook over Tyler.
McDonald guarded closely by George, and he lost it. Oh, my goodness, and McDonald gets tripped up, and I think he took exception to that one.
That's going to be a foul on number 1.
Griffin
Will
George.
was trying to let the ball roll out of bounds. Number 1 was trying to get through Will to the ball,
and George, with 2 fouls coming in, his number 5 trip spinach.
Probably a good job by the coach right there because he could. That was almost a dirty play.
Now CA already up to 4 fouls, Hickman at 0. Bounce past the Puckett, back to Brown. Brown working down the floor with Parks. Nice move, creating some space. McKinnon. McDonald, nice move, dribbles in. And a foul is called on.
That's going to be on the floor, but he's going to have 2 shots.
That 5th foul that we just talked about just a few seconds ago already.
Should be 2 shots. Should be 2 shots.
Well, they'll take the 2 points right there, courtesy of Tyler McKinnon.
We scored. You can't, I don't think. We already played. He's saying the basket's no good. So they're taking the basket away from Tyler.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, Ron, where they retract the play.
So with it being a shooting foul, you go back to that to that point. You can do that.
So McDonald can't find the first one off the back of the rim. Another substitution here for CA. Number 4, Zion Johnson entering the game for number 14, Zephin Williams. 13-2, Dogs lead, 3:36 to play in the first quarter. McDonald, second free throw, rattles out.
Save CA 2 points.
CA on the drive, it's Johnson, hands to Parks. Down to the corner, quick pass inside, it's E-step. Looking for help, goes over McKinnon, tough shot. Nice rebound by Johnson, but it still goes Hickman's way. Brown on the drive, nice move, goes all the way, and one! Lord have mercy!
Oh my goodness! So to describe that to you, just in case you didn't see it, Braden Brown attacks the rim, goes behind his back to keep the ball away from the defender, and then goes off the backboard to get the and one. And we missed another free throw.
Oh, and Worley's
going to go to the foul line.
I believe that was a shot, and yes, it was a shot. Heads up play there by Worley. And watching Braden Brown play, it's hard not to think this is a star in the making.
I've always loved Braden Brown. I coached him in Little League. I've coached him in basketball. He plays with an enthusiasm, and the kid wants to win. He plays hard, and I've just watching him grow and mature over the years has been a joy.
So Worley makes the first free throw and goes 2 for 2 at the line. Parks drives, kicks it, open look. Worley crashed fast, and Puckett secures the rebound. And Tim working down the floor finds Brown. Quickly to Puckett, step back, nice move, pulls from 3, and it's a Timmy triple. That was nasty. CA
Dogs are having fun right now. Tyler can't reach from behind right there. They're posting up E-step. Tyler's playing behind, but he's got to avoid that reach. He doesn't want to get any cheap fouls there.
And we're seeing Kylan Seal lined up ready to sub in for McKinnon. But as we know, as great as Tyler is, Kylan Seal also a phenomenal player.
Yeah, he's going to play a little more physical than Tyler will. As E-step just found out as he tried to make that back cut.
And E-step working on Seal, and the paint goes over. Not going to happen, and Seal with the board. Now to Tim. Again, a cold little move. Now Worley drives, kicks to McDonald. Now McDonald wants to reset. Under 2.5 step back. Nice move from 3. Just off the mark. A pretty good looking shot, even though it was pretty well contested. Parks drives, goes all the way off the glass. Tough shot. Seal again with a board. Lost handle of it, but still gets it to Worley. Now to Brown. Now the Bulldogs on the drive. Brown goes left. Parks playing tough defense. Swings it to McDonald. Back to Brown.
No ball movement right here.
Under 2 minutes
No
to
ball
play.
movement. Take some time. Get a good shot. Got to be careful there.
And it goes out of bounds. A nice job there by McDonald patiently. Now he'll throw it in. 20-2. Hickman County leads over Columbia Academy. Seal looking. McDonald, good look. A little bit off target. Rebounded by Stennis, but a good look though for McDonald. And he'll rip it away. It's a foot race. McDonald tries for the jam, but well contested.
Take the 2 points. Probably should have had a foul on that.
And Will McDonald playing fearlessly tonight. You wouldn't think he just took a fall 2 days ago.
Yeah, he's playing hard. He's playing hard.
Thought for a second Ben Green was going to substitute in. He walked in front of the table. But now we see Goodwin and Qualls on the floor. Once again, even with these subs, Hickman doesn't lose a whole lot. Bunch of talented young men on the floor right now. Under 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Parks on Qualls. Qualls playing tough defense, swings it out. McGowan dishes from three. Won't go. Nice hustle by Qualls for the board. Now to Worley. Nice move by Worley and draws the foul.
Yeah. Guys wondering about it, but you put 2 hands on his hips right there. That's going to get called 90% of the time.
And that's a great contrast. At the very beginning of the game, Worley was forcing those deep passes. Right there decided, you know what? I'm a pretty good ball player. I'm going to take up the floor myself, and he draws the foul because of it. So hopefully that will give him some more confidence to do just that as the game progresses.
Right now with Braden Brown taking a rest, you're kind of looking at Worley, Carter Goodwin, to kind of bring the ball up the floor a lot of the times.
And even Tim has shown the ability to do that as well. So
Tim can do that. You kind of want him to get down the floor and hit the wing in case you can get an open 3 down there.
And Worley has looked good from the free throw stripe thus far. Parks, under a minute to play in the first, gives. That's Johnson. Over to McGowan. McGowan drives, kicks out, Parks. Zion Johnson from 3, and he sinks it. Only the second bucket of the game for Columbia Academy. Nice move by Goodwin, oh my word. Steps through, wants the mid-range too, and he sinks it. Oh, and he's talking a little bit down there on the floor.
Yeah, you probably want to stop that.
Parks drives, foul on the Dogs. Hickman County. And that'll be 2 shots. So Parks will shoot a pair, trailing 24-5. Well, I'm sure Coach Dawson's going to talk to Goodwin about what just happened. But deep down, Coach Dawson, he appreciates that fire that his players show, although...
what happened right there, the kid hit a 3-point shot, said something to him. And then so Carter just reciprocated it a bit.
And Parks will go 2 for 2 from the line. Now Goodwin back in possession. Wide open Qualls. Thought about pulling up, drives instead. Fires. Tim Puckett from the wing. He does it again. His second of the quarter. Floats it. Seal backs it out. Inadvertently a great pass to the corner. And that'll do it for the first quarter. A first quarter dominated by Hickman County. Your score, Hickman 27, CA 7. We'll be right back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX, your home for Hickman County sports, and it has been all Hickman County thus far through a quarter. They lead by 20 as they're about to begin second quarter action.
The Dogs right now just have to keep the same intensity. Defensively, they came out here with a chip on their shoulder. I think they kind of thought about last year a little bit and said, hey, we're going to take to it, but we got to keep this up.
They want to leave no doubt. And Carter Goodwin bringing it up the floor. Guarded by Parks. And he gets the takeaway. Worley right there to help. And a foul is called. Goodwin, a scrappy player.
A little bit too much dribbling right there in that case. Put the ball out in front of him when he needed to keep his body in between it and protect it.
So it'll be inbounded to Parks. CA, if they want to prevent this game from getting out of hand, they need a big run here. Johnson in the corner. Bounce pass. Tipped and knocked away, I believe.
Right there.
And Seal has been a problem in the paint in this game so far.
Well, when Tyler's guarding him, he's playing behind him. Seal's bumping him, denying him, making him work. So far, he hasn't really liked it.
And Malone pump fakes, drives, attacks, and that'll be an and one for CA. Tough move there by Malone.
So that's where we can't give up penetration. The first half, we did a really good job of not letting guys bias, stopping them out on the perimeter. Brody kind of gambled right there for a steal, got out of position. And that's where in a game like this, you have a tendency to try to do that, but you got to keep those fundamentals. As they hit the free throw to.
Malone will complete the three-point play. 3 points for him on the evening, and Seal subbing out, as well as Goodwin and Qualls. So we're seeing McDonald, McKinnon, and Brown re-enter.
Hutchison's also in.
Hutchison is in as well, yes. There's McDonald. Dribbles hard left, step back. Three. Nice rebound by McKinnon. Looking for help. McDonald trying to direct traffic, and it's out of bounds, CA ball. So Parks directing traffic on that far side. Malone on Hutchison, gives to Parks. Parks drives, kicks it to the corner. Three for Malone, off target. And a lot of bodies colliding. I believe it'll stay with, no, that will be Hickman County ball.
Called it out of bounds. I couldn't quite see it. CA wanted to tie up.
And a deep pass there to McKinnon, pump fake, directing traffic. Now he starts dribbling and gives to McDonald. Nice screen by McKinnon. Will steps through, mid-range, won't fall. Not a bad look. Driving down is George. Nice pass, east step, another and one.
Eastep did a good job right there after the missed shot. McKinnon was under the goal expecting a pass from McDonald. He beat McKinnon down and got the and one. That's 2 fouls on Tyler.
And already 3 for Hickman County, and this second quarter has really just started a minute and a half in.
CA's been more aggressive this half, or this quarter. They're attacking the rim. We've got to play better defense and move our feet.
And Tim trying to get out of that corner, and a foul is called on Johnson. And a nice job right there by Tim to not panic. He kept his dribble, kept his wits about him, and drew the foul.
Made a good little jab step, got the defender off balance, and then created contact with him, so he held him. Go back to the ball. Will.
Tim looking for somebody, tries to go to McKinnon. A perfect pass. Hutchison steps through, and an easy 2. That was some phenomenal ball movement to force the CA timeout.
It's always nice to have a 6'7" guy. When you get in trouble, that he can just flash middle, you throw to, everybody sucks to him, and he made a nice little pass there to Taylor for that layup.
And credit to Tim as well. I mean, he recognized McKinnon's positioning, and that was a perfect touch pass right there from Puckett as well.
It was. We needed that basket right there. What they go on a little 8-0 run almost. Was it 27-7 or 27-5?
27-7.
Okay, so they went on a 6-0 run there to start the quarter. We got 2 points back there. We need to settle down. Need to get back to what we were doing.
And whenever you're in your hometown gymnasium, you know you're going to come out playing with a fire, and CA's thought process was probably to try to weather that early storm. So don't expect these CA Bulldogs to go down quietly by any means. A lot of ball game left.
They're going to keep fighting, and they're going to try to get 4 points here, 6 points here. You do that 2 or 3 times, all of a sudden it's a 6-point game, and you feel like you're back in the game.
And we saw the CA girls do that a few times in the last game. And Will almost with a takeaway.
Bulldogs have switched to their 1-3-1 defense right here, so that kind of surprised CA right there. They weren't quite ready for it.
Coach Dawson, such a brilliant strategist. Parks drives through. And a nice hustle play there by Parks to knock that ball to his teammate when it looked like that was surely going to be a Hickman County turnover.
Bulldogs need to stop fouling. From here on out, they're in the bonus.
And that's Hutchison's first, so these teams almost switching roles. It was the first quarter we saw CA foul in abundance, and now it's Hickman County. Dribbling through, looking for help. Pass off the mark, out of Johnson's reach, and it's going to be Hickman County ball.
They don't like the 1-3-1. I just flashed Tyler up again. He's wide open. Make it easy on us.
Looks like McDonald wants to work his way down the court by himself. Nice little behind the back. Crossover. Give to Brown. Floats to McKinnon. McKinnon floats it to Brown. Someone got a hand on it.
Yeah, he forced that pass. There was 3 red jerseys in there. We didn't need to throw it there.
Park steps into a 3. Can't get it, but McKinnon, what a force he's been. Getting some boards. McDonald. Nice pass to Brown. Looking for help. Gets it to McKinnon. Steps through. Tough shot, won't go. Rebounded by Estep. Now it's Johnson down the floor in a hurry. Steps through, wants to go all the way, and gets the 2. Brown to McDonald, corner 3. Buries it. And that seems to be McDonald's hot spot down in that left corner.
He likes that left corner. He really does.
Hickman County swarming CA, and they call the foul. I believe they got Hutchison.
On Taylor again with the head check, it looks like.
And going back to a couple of Bulldog offensive possessions ago, last season we probably saw McKinnon attempt 3 3-pointers, and he made a couple of them. So right there, maybe in the future, if he's that open, maybe we see him pull up from 3.
It wouldn't surprise me. He can hit it.
And Parks, now in the bonus, will shoot a couple. Misses the first. Zion Johnson subbing out. Coming in, number 5, Tripp Stennis. And it looks like Kimani McGowan also set to sub in for CA. And Parks goes 0 for 2, and Hutchison with a nice board.
Good rebound, good box out there by Hutchison against the taller E-step.
Now McKinnon, right wing. Hutchison now. Gives to McDonald. Griffin George covering him close. Nice move by McDonald, stepping through, looking for help. Gives to McKinnon at the free throw line. Back out to Brown, and they'll reset. A little over 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Brown, tough pass to McKinnon. Now to McDonald. Pulls from 3. Great screen. Will couldn't secure the 3, and it'll be CA ball. Down the floor goes Zephon Williams. A takeaway. McDonald, 1-on-1. He lost the handle of it. And you know he wanted that really bad, and Parks at the wing. So maybe a little too much.
Play defense now.
Won't fall. Rebounded by the Dogs. There's McDonald at the left wing.
Settle it down, slow it down, get a good shot here. There he is right there. That's where we want it. I'll make that move, buddy. That's all right. Don't get that 3rd foul.
The ball kicks off the back of the rim. Nice move, though. Parks dribbles in quick. Goes over to the other wing to George. Back to Parks, lost it, but it finds the hands of Stennis. Stennis, mid-range 2, tough shot, won't go. McKinnon with what feels like his 30th rebound of the game.
He's had a bunch. He's handling the boards right now.
Oh my, Braden
That's
Brown taking it himself a little bit more.
A little too much right now.
A little bit more spin, and that might have been an amazing shot. And that's going to be a foul on East-Step. Might have been before the shot, though.
This is where offensively we've got to settle down. It's a 17-point game right now. That's not a 35-point game. So we've got to continue making good shots, running a good offense,
and
not trying to do too much.
East-Step makes the first, and Cooper East-Step was a big part of that CA team last year as well. So some substitutions now for the Dogs, both Dogs rather. And Hickman County, who scored 27 points in that first quarter, thus far has scored 5 minutes in. East-Step misses the second. CA got the board. The putback is no good. Another putback no good. And that third or fourth putback is going to draw the foul. And East-Step yet again going to the line. And as predicted, Cooper East-Step certainly the player to watch for CA. He has been a tough man to deal with underneath, and he makes that free throw. And he gets it again. So 4 made free throws for East-Step in this second quarter. And he'll sub out. Hickman trying to get something going, but a timeout is called. Coach Dawson saw his guys in a little bit of trouble. CA has certainly upped the ante and the aggressiveness in this quarter of play.
They're a good team. They're not going to go down without a fight just because we came out and played a great first quarter. Again, we have to get back to what we were doing well, and that was playing defense, that was rebounding, and that was taking good shots on the offensive end. Right now, I feel like we're kind of trying to force the issue with some quick threes, some quick penetrations, not really making them play an extended defensive possession.
So out of the timeout, it will be Hickman County basketball.
There he is.
Looking to inbound, deep ball. Qualls, one-on-one, goes up, touches it in for 2. And that is Major Qualls' first bucket as a Hickman County high schooler. How about that? CA tries to answer. Qualls with the board, and he's fouled. So
good rebound right there, too. He went up over 2 taller guys, snatched it with 2 hands, and Strong got the foul.
Well, we mentioned this on Tuesday. Qualls has a vertical like no other.
Well, number 4 had him recovered pretty quickly right there. You just seen a monster 2-hand jam.
So Brown up the right side. Now over the middle. Keeps going left. Qualls cuts across the floor. Seal waiting at the free throw stripe. Has it knocked away on the drive. Webster lays it in over the outstretched Goodwin. Goodwin lost it for a bit. Goes to the corner. McDonald, quick three. Rattles out, but a good-looking shot. A nice job to stay with it, and a collision there at midcourt by Goodwin. And
hey, that should be a technical and gone. Guys off the bench. Yeah, guys off the bench step out.
Wow, and that
should be automatic suspension.
We knew it was going to be heated, and it feels like it was only a matter of time. It started earlier. McDonald a little bit, then Goodwin, especially when he hit that floater for 2. And now it's reached a boiling point. The officer's getting involved right now. We got to hope we can just settle things down. 2:07 to play in the first half. The official's trying to talk over what happened right there.
One guy should be ejected because he threw a punch/push right there. That should be an automatic suspension or ejection. They also had guys come off the bench onto the floor, which should be an automatic ejection.
Now, Ron, hypothetically, if both benches cleared, would we see a 5-on-5 game for the rest of the night?
Did you see who was it? Duke played women the other night, played somebody. They had an altercation at halftime. The other team had to play the second half with 5 people, and they ended up upsetting Duke in that game.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I did not see that, but it certainly could apply here if this game reaches an even further boiling point, if that's possible. So the official meeting with both head coaches probably trying to lighten up the situation. And this is where Will McDonald has to be that leader. He has to calm his guys down because as a senior, he's one of the guys they're looking towards as an example. I believe we are trying to avoid a malice in the palace situation here at J.E. Cisco.
So he was fouled.
And that was before any of the altercation took place. Number 2, Kamani McGowan.
I'm interested in seeing how this plays out because we can't hear their conversation.
And he misses the first one. McGowan has yet to score a bucket in this first half thus far. And he gets the second.
Now we should be shooting technical fouls because number 2 received a technical foul for his push.
And it'll be Braden Brown shooting the
But
free
they
throws.
are letting him remain in the game, which I'm very surprised.
And Brown hits the first free throw, his first point of the second quarter. And he goes 2 for 2. So now it'll be interesting to watch. The officials are probably going to stricten up a little bit.
Well, they should. They should, or you're going to have a brawl out here.
So Brown to inbound to Goodwin. Oh, nice move by Goodwin. Wants to drive himself. Wanted to give the seal. Goodwin may be doing a little bit too much right there.
He had Will McDonald wide open in the corner right there. That pass would have been easier.
And Seal having to see that pass is a lot of velocity on that pass from so close up, and also the guys in between. Makes it tough. Parks drives, has it knocked loose, picked up by Johnson, kicks it back to Parks. Parks drives, goes for a shot.
On Goodwin right there.
And a foul.
It's going to be 3 on him.
And of course, the scoreboard hasn't gone up since the 5th foul, but there have been quite a few since.
About 8
3
right there. I think that's 8 fouls maybe.
And Parks makes the first. And the second one falls. And Brown hands to Qualls. Qualls being well guarded. Brown in the corner, dribbles in on E-step, lays it up and in. And that just shows how well Brown can use his body and his athleticism. E-step has several pounds and several inches in height on Brown.
Stepped out of bounds on the drive baseline, trying to throw it to the corner. Good defensive step. Yeah, Braden just used it. He ball fake, got E-step up in the air right there, and at that point, E-step's on skates. He's got no chance.
Brown floats to McDonald. McDonald wasn't quite ready for that pass, and he walks.
Braden can't throw that because Will's not looking at him. You've got to understand, if somebody's not looking at you, we don't throw it. But I like the aggressiveness trying to get the ball down the floor.
Kicked out, E-step at the wing, guarded by Seal. Goes across the way to the other wing. Deep 3, off target, Rebounded by Brown, and he dribbles it out. Now it's Puckett, under a minute to play in the first half. Dishes, McDonald. Will wants to drive, now pulls up at the three-point line. Brown drives, and a foul. 40.3 seconds to go in the first half.
I think that's 3 on him. Yep, that's 3 on number 4.
Give to the corner, it's Brown, inside to Seal. Seal wants to use his strength, but gives to Qualls. Fakes, drives.
It's too much. Again, we're trying to do too much there, trying to be kind of pretty when you got an open guy in the corner, and just keep the offense running.
If Major's going to hit that 180 right there, turn around, probably would be seeing another Timmy triple right there.
Yeah.
So under 30 seconds, 22 to play. Parks gives the step up top, swings it to Malone. Malone on the drive, lowers the shoulder.
That's a good take there by Will McDonald. Good take by Will McDonald. Beat him to the spot. Guy kind of leaned into him right there. Easy call for the side official.
And Malone looked to be a little top heavy, like you said, leaning in, that shoulder going down. Easy call for the official.
If you're going to do that, you got to do that on the baseline with the official on the other side of the floor.
So Hickman County up 15 with 16.5 to play in the first half. Dogs probably going to try to make sure this is the final offensive possession until the break.
Will's kind of rubbing his hip after taking that charge. Maybe he's trying to fake him out.
Playing possum a little bit. I wouldn't put it past Will to do that.
Tim's about to get 3 seconds. Kick it.
Kicks it. Tim. Seal couldn't get it to go. So not really a clean-looking shot to end the half, but Hickman County will take a 15-point lead into the break. Your score, Hickman 38, CA 23. We'll be right back, but at the break, we're going to hear from Coach Gavin Gordon and his hand-selected player of the game, Haley Gordon. We'll be right back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. It's halftime here at the boys' game, and we are joined, as always, by the head coach of the Hickman County Lady Dogs after a big 49-46 victory over Columbia Academy. And, Ron, I'm going to let you open the floor asking Coach Gordon a question.
All right, Coach, of course, the biggest thing the Hickman County fans want to know, Carly Everett went down in the first quarter with what appeared to be a knee injury. We saw some ice on it. Do you know anything about her?
So we don't know a whole lot yet. Trainer checked her out. He thinks everything's stable in there and it's fine. Just thinks that it might bruise pretty good. Thinks that her patella kind of shifted and came back. So just we're praying for the best, hoping for the best. We missed her tonight. I do want to talk about how great she was, being a great teammate and cheering on and staying locked in, because it's really easy to get focused on oneself at that point. So I can't talk highly enough about how she responded and how she's a great teammate tonight. And just pray for the best and keep her in your prayers.
So, of course, we're going to talk to Haley Gordon here, who's the player of the game, in just a little bit. But I wanted to talk about your bench tonight, because with Carly going out, it put some pressure on some younger girls. Tinley Davis came in the first half. Really, I think she scored 4 points, 6 points like that, got some rebounds, played really well. Rachel Puckett coming in, playing defense. Talk about the progress of your young players right now.
Man, those two are my energy girls, just like this one standing beside me. They get their hands on a lot of passes and deflections. They're always going for the rebound, and they are some great cutters, I can't lie. Just the progression I've seen from last year to this year with Tinley, getting more confidence, and Rachel coming in as a freshman, she's made an immediate impact, and I think her defense is a major reason why we can be up and more aggressive this year.
Now, Coach, I'll ask you one question before we let you go. Of course, 2 games in 3 days is never easy, especially against pretty good opponents like we've seen this week. But now you got a break. You're going into Thanksgiving for some Thanksgiving matchups. What are your thoughts going into the break and playing those tournament games? Are you emphasizing rest, or are you emphasizing additional work to keep these girls sharp?
So we are resting tomorrow, can't lie, but then there's no rest for the wicked. We're going to be back in here on Sunday getting after it, play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I expect to sharpen some skills a little bit on Sunday, get ready for community round 2 on Monday, and we plan on going and winning that thing, I can't lie.
Well, Coach Gordon, thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations on starting the season 2-0 with some big-time victories. And now we are joined by the player of the game, and it is well-deserved, the senior Haley Gordon. Now, Haley, Tuesday, you started off a little bit slow. You didn't find a bucket in that first half, but ever since the second half against Community, you have been a completely different player, especially in the first half tonight against Columbia Academy. You went for 9 points, and without that first half performance by you, you guys may not win that game. So what changed in your game between the first bit of Community to now?
I feel like my defense definitely fuels my offense, and let me tell you something. I was on it on defense. I was hyped, not gonna lie.
Now, Haley, of course, it's no surprise, and anyone that knows you knows this. You bring an energy every time you play, and it makes you fun to watch, and it makes you a tremendous teammate. But this year, you've been stepping into unfamiliar territory. You're one of 2 seniors. So knowing that, coming into this season, how have you approached being a leader on this team, being a part of the oldest class?
I don't think I've changed a lot. I think I'm still energetic and hype. I think it's very important to be energetic, especially for the younger girls, and it keeps them up as well.
So you'd say you've been leading by example more than by your words?
I think so.
Well, Haley, we appreciate hearing from you. Congrats on a big game, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time you're on the floor. But once again, that was Coach Gavin Gordon and the player of the game, Haley Gordon, no relation, of course. And we will be back here in just a few minutes for the second half of the boys' game. It's a close one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. And welcome back to WNKX live on YouTube and Facebook. We are just under 30 seconds away from resuming the second half of action here from J.E. Cisco. And it was a pretty chaotic first half, especially considering the near brawl that we witnessed. If you missed that, you missed something crazy. So how are these guys going to have to calm themselves down and play good, solid, sound second half basketball?
Well, this is part of the challenge for this team sometimes, because we have a tendency when emotions get high to respond in a manner that's not wholesome to the team. And so in a situation like this, what you have to realize sometimes is you've got to make the best decision for the team, not what you think is the best decision for yourself. And right now, Hickman County needs to come out. They need to play defense the way they played the first half. They need to run their offense the way they did the first half, which was moving the ball around, getting the ball inside, getting open shots. The second half, or the second quarter, we did too much one-on-one, dipsy-do, trying to pass the ball around, make pretty passes, make pretty layups. And we've already hit our one pretty layup for tonight. You hit that shot about 1 out of 20 times, so we're kind of done. You know, Braden Brown took that with the behind-the-back layup. So we need to shoot good shots from here on out.
And tonight the scorecard is what we've been accustomed to seeing, a lot of Bulldogs scoring. And now Park starting things off, trying for a mid-range tough shot, and a foul is called, and the ball will go to Hickman County.
I think that's going to be called on 14. He was kind of undersized in there trying to hold Brody Worley down so he couldn't jump.
So Brown bringing it up the floor. Nice move on Parks. Goes left. Looking for help and finds Tim. Puckett feeds. Worley from three. Missed it. Bounced off the rim and almost a takeaway for Braden Brown, but now CA has numbers. Parks takes it all the way, misses the shot, and McDonald picks up the board. Fortunately for Hickman, they didn't see the wide open corner three look. Now Will backing down, mid-range two, well short. George might have got a hand on it.
Yeah,
and tries to sneak a pass in there. Brody interrupting the lane. Tim driving, might take it himself. Almost a spectacular play. But Zephin Williams bats it out of bounds, and it'll stay with Hickman County. Number 4, Zion Johnson coming back in. He'll be subbing in for number 11, Dakari Parks. Floats it in, and Tim, nice snag over Malone. Bucket goes right, gives to Worley. Floats into McKinnon, backing him down off the glass. That's a great play by McKinnon using his size.
He can do that every time right there. What I liked right there was he took the power dribble and initiated contact. His last 2 shots he's missed, he's faded away.
So McKinnon, after a quiet second quarter, the first Bulldog to find the board in this one. A corner, or a wing three, can't find it. Tim off balance, tries to force a pass. Great job by Brown to stay with it. He's going to take it. The layup comes up short.
Good job by Braden Brown saving Timothy a turnover there.
And again, Williams pulls from three. This one banks in.
That's 3 banked threes for CA tonight if you count the girls' game.
And that is Williams' first bucket of the night. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Brown dribbles, hands to Worley. Pump fakes a three, goes right into the paint. Tries the layup, won't fall. And McKinnon trying to get the putback, punches it up in the air, and it won't go. Here comes Zion Johnson, and Brown almost with a takeaway, but they'll get him for that reaching foul. So that's Brown's first foul of the night. So Zion Johnson swings it right to Stennis. Nice move there by Malone to get open. Tim getting him some space, swings it over. Johnson inside the paint, goes up for 2 off the glass, and that's a nice shot.
$12-point game right now. Bulldogs have to be smart here.
A nice pass by McDonald, corner three. Tim just barely misses the three, a little too strong as it rolls off the far rim. Now here comes Stennis. Hands to George. George, tough pass inside. E-step, working McKinnon off the glass, and he gets the and one. That's a tough shot. And
All of a
McKinnon
sudden,
there.
we're at a 10-point game, and things are starting to get a little bit tight. That's McKinnon's third foul.
Now on that McKinnon foul, did he swing down on him?
So when he made the move, he hit him on the elbow right there on the shot.
So E-step with a chance for another three-point play. We've seen him do it once already tonight. 5:08 to go in the third. And he got it. And Cooper E-step has certainly been the X-factor player for the Columbia Academy Bulldogs.
Now we're down to single digits, so the Bulldogs are going to have to respond.
And Brown lets it fly, hits McDonald in stride, one-on-one, goes up for the layup, and he's fouled by Stennis. And that did not look good.
No. He just totally undercut him. Going up for a layup, he just totally, just slides up under him, doesn't make a play on the ball.
And McDonald, of course, favoring that hip. And you know it's going to take something to the highest extreme to keep McDonald from finishing this game here, Todd. Needs these free throws. And the first one rattles in. That one rattles out. Got a hand on it, did Seal, but it'll stay with CA. Malone up the floor now. Met by Worley, kicks it right to Zion. Zion drives in hard, and the shot is waved off. The foul will be on the floor. And E-step coming back in for number 1, Griffin George. Johnson inbounding it out, and Tim almost comes between the pass. Nice play by Malone. Now Stennis drives, tries to float it, but Puckett with a block. Worley looking for help, finds Seal, now to McDonald. Will taking his time, now drives.
Pass the ball.
Does it himself.
Pass the ball.
Goes up again, and he's fouled. So Will, taking matters into his own hands, has some guys open around him, but tries to do it himself, and he's still shooting 2 all the same.
He stuck with it. This is just kind of my philosophy, and you're going to hear it all year long. When you got 2-3 guys guarding you, you've got a teammate open. And that's when a ball needs to be passed for that extra shot. Those are the threes that you hit, those wide open threes.
McDonald with the first free throw. And Parks and George coming back in for Stennis and Webster. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Hickman leads 42-31. And McDonald gets 2. So although he didn't make that extra pass, it doesn't hurt Hickman County. McDonald stays cool at the line. Quick swing, Malone pulls from 3 in the corner. Off target. Picked up by George. Worley crashing quickly. A little bit of contact there, no call. Quick pass, E-step. Drives on Seal. Gets his own rebound and the putback. And while Seal is very strong, he does give up some height. Puckett, fake, corner 3. Kicks off the back of the rim. It's a loose ball. And it's a foul on Hickman. I believe they'll get Tim Puckett. It's already the team's 4th in this quarter with just under 4 minutes to play in the third.
I know we're playing fast, but I feel like we're still taking quick shots.
An open look for Malone in the corner, and he makes them pay. And it certainly seems like Myers Malone is the man they're trying to scheme open with the 3-point shot. He hasn't connected on just a ton, but he's got one just now, and that's a foul. That's going to be called against George, his third foul. That's going to be a timeout called by Hickman County. So CA, after that Malone three, has cut it single digits. A 7-point game.
Our very first basket of the quarter, we went inside to Tyler McKinnon. He was able to kind of impose his will on that right there. He picks up that third foul, and that kind of changes our game plan. Our only other points this quarter have been from the foul line. Will McDonald stepped up and hit three shots.
Of course, Hickman County looking to generate more offense, but you got to give credit to that CA defense. Ever since that first quarter ended, they have been a different team on the defensive side of the ball.
They're forcing us into shots that we're not quite comfortable with.
So it's going to stay with the Bulldogs as we glance over our little balcony here. Floats it to Worley. Worley, mid-range two. That's a tough shot, won't go. Tough board by Brown, off the glass, and he gets it.
Big rebound there by Braden Brown. We needed that bucket.
Braden Brown plays like he is 6'8". He is so fun to watch. Swings it left, that's Malone again. Worley playing him close, now backs off a little bit. Malone steps up, fakes a shot, and goes over to Parks. Now Johnson, now back to Parks. Drives in, kicks it out. Malone lost the handle on it. And Worley tried to just get out of the way, thinking it was going to hit the baseline. But it's another bucket for CA. That's E-Step. McDonald dribbles in, baseline, steps through. That was a great move by McDonald, but couldn't get it to fall. Now here comes Columbia Academy again. Parks drives, kicks it to the corner. Malone.
Got his hand on the shot there. That was, it's going to be 3 free throws.
Now Malone misses the first. And these are big free throws from CA because looking at the scoreboard, if you see both scores in the same, first digit, that can do a lot for your mental state as well going through. You're seeing, 4 and 4 in the 40s. It makes it feel more attainable.
Right now, fortunately, he's missed 2 of them. Got the third.
So Malone goes 1 for 3 and he'll sub out. Zephin Williams re-entering. They're pushing it down the floor with Seal. Seal now dribbles and hands to Brown. Hands to McDonald. Floats it to Seal. McDonald drives to Puckett. Tim looking for help, picks up his dribble, finds Seal, back to Puckett. Goes right, into the paint. Nice little floater, and it falls short. Now CA in a hurry, moving down the floor. Parks bounce pass to E-Step. And Puckett right there. You saw the hand. He was swatting that, looking for the block the whole way, and the officials call him for the foul.
Kind of wondering what's going through Coach Dawson's mind right now to try to counteract this, because right now CA's got all the momentum. Our guys are a little bit short on their shots. They're not feeling quite as smooth as they were in that first quarter now that the pressure is on. So they're kind of short-arming it.
And E-Step has been the difference in this game. He has been by and far their leading scorer tonight. Brown being guarded by Johnson. Doesn't pick up his dribble, though. He's going to drive it. wanted to kick it out. Looked like for a moment Tim Puckett had an open three, but the foul.
He was looking back at him, but that was a good penetration by Braden. Drew the foul. We're going to get a couple of free throws.
So both teams in the bonus, so any foul, shooting or otherwise, will result in shots. And Brown makes the first. And that is Zion Johnson's 4th foul of the game, so he is now on thin ice. We might not see him for a little bit, maybe later in the 4th quarter. And Brown's second one goes out, but McDonald. Will might look to drive here. Well guarded, tries to force it over each step, and that is not a recipe for success. Here comes Malone stepping through, too strong on the layup. It's a fight for the ball, and a jump is called. Very quick jump, I might add.
Puckett and number 5 both went up, grabbed it at the top, and
that was a great job by Tim to force the jump ball because he was not in an advantageous position by any means. They get it to Brown. Under 90 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Hickman 46, CA 41. What a spin move by Brown. Kicks it. Tim from 3. Kicks out, but Puckett gets his own rebound, steps through, gives to Seal. Seal looking for help and gives out to Worley. Nice move by Worley, dribbles, steps, has it knocked loose. And tries to fire it at a CA player, misses him, and it'll be Academy ball.
Boys, 3-point shots right now are kind of like the girls. They're hitting the back center of the rim. They're just not going in tonight.
And if you see a Tim Puckett miss 3, you know it's not going to be by much, and that's been the case tonight. He's made a few, but some also haven't found net either. Malone, quick 3. Off. Worley and George battling, and a nice play by Worley. Heads up. Nice pass to Puckett, and he's fouled. Looked like Tim got hit across the face there. If not, it was close.
He was trying to strip down for the ball and didn't get the ball.
That'll send Puckett to the free throw line with 50 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Oh, and the first one.
Just the way the night's gone, kind of.
And that happened
all around the rim.
And that happened on Tim's 3 earlier, just a few moments ago. The rim has not been his friend tonight.
He needs this one to go in, see one go in.
And he does.
That can help a shooter sometimes.
And that is Tim's first bucket since the 1st quarter. Webster gives right. Parks. Puckett got a hand on it. Nice job by Parks to stay with it. Mid-range 2 falls short. And it looks like CA will get the ball again. Got to go the full court's length, though, after the loose ball. And Malone pump fakes, looking for help, gives it to Parks. And nice ball movement by CA for an easy bucket from Webster. 4-point game. 13 seconds left. McDonald stays with it. Malone guarding him closely. McDonald looking for help and finds Brown. 5 seconds. Brown doesn't go. They got one more shot, but that's well off as it clangs off the backboard. So your score at the end of the 3rd quarter, Hickman 47, CA 43. It's going to come down to the final 8 minutes. We'll be right back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We're about to start the 4th quarter of play to decide a winner in the 2nd game of the season between Hickman County and Columbia Academy. And one more time, we'd like to give a very special thank you to the Hickman County High School AV class taught by Matthew Dodson. They have some wonderful students that have been a huge help to us here at WNKX. Tonight, your producer, Senior John Michael Lewis, and your cameraman, it was Cooper Tidwell, but now it is Joseph McCauley. And we are so grateful for their services. Of course, I'm Josh Copley, joined by the coach, Ron Puckett. And it's been a good one, and I'm sure we are far from over. We'd like for you also to check out the Hickman County High School YouTube page, which is ran by the AV class. They have some wonderful productions that I guarantee will entertain you. I know they do to me. Now Malone drives. Malone gets the 2 to start the 4th. So Myers, Malone, and Cooper Estep have been the 2 guys in this second half for CA. Brown drives, gives, McDonald corner 3, missed it. Brown, tough effort to McKinnon. Off the glass, can't get the and one, but there's Tyler using that big body of his to get physical underneath.
But the amazing thing there was Braden Brown getting that rebound over 2 taller guys, just out fighting them for it.
And these are some big free throws for McKinnon, it being only a 2-point game now. And again, that rim might be cursed for Hickman County tonight.
It's rattling all around right now.
And the second one misses. McDonald, a nice rebound, has it ripped away. It's loose, and they'll call the jump, I imagine. The whistle does blow. And it will be a jump ball, Hickman County basketball. It's inbounded. A 2 won't go. So CA back in possession and has been in firm possession of the momentum for a long time now. Brown tries to get a hand between the pass, but Parks comes up with it. Malone drives on McDonald, hands straight up, and that's a tough bucket from Myers Malone, and we are all tied at 47. Puckett, guarded closely by McGowan. Screened by McKinnon. Brown in the corner. Floats it to Tyler. Estep takes it away. They're moving down the floor in a hurry. Malone tries to save it. And he does. Into the hands of Estep. Open 3. Too strong. Estep with the board somehow, some way. Comes up short. Loose ball. Worley's got it. What a sequence of events right there. McDonald. Goes to McKinnon. Tries to cut. McKinnon, mid-range 2. Can't sink it. Tough board by Will Mack. And he got it.
Right there.
What a play by Will
nice
McDonald.
Nice rebound by McDonald right there.
And that puts Will McDonald in double digits with 11. Parks goes right, hands to McGowan, who drives on Brown. Nice spin move, and the layup. Timeout called by the Dogs.
That was a nice move right there to tie it up.
You know, and looking at Kamani McGowan, that's only his first bucket that wasn't a free throw of the game, but I mean, he's showing right there that he is a talented young man. He's a scrappy player. He's been all over the place tonight for CA defensively as well.
He's an athlete. Right now, CA is just, they're feeling pretty good about themselves. Hickman County right now is not feeling real confident. You know, you can kind of tell in the offense, the way they're running it, they're just a little bit hesitant. At this point right here, you just got to go play ball.
And the buzzer sounds, which means the timeout winding down. Tied up at 49 with 5:34 to play in the game. Who is going to step up and make a big-time shot for the Dogs? Only time will tell. And we're out of the timeout. And Brown being guarded by Parks. Nice move, trying to get some separation down the floor. Wefting and weaving back and forth. Was looking for McDonald on a cut. Miscommunication on the drive. And Columbia Academy is in the lead. Hickman trying to quickly respond. And Will has to get rid of it. Floats out to Worley. Dribbles right, mid-range two. That was a tough shot by Worley, couldn't find it. And Worley knocks it out. And it's gonna stay with CA. That was a great hustle play there by Brody Worley. And Carter Goodwin coming in now for Will McDonald. Under 5 minutes to play. In the corner, George floats it to Estep. McKinnon not backing down, but that is just such a great shot by Cooper Estep. Back to Brown, and it's loose. Picked up in the corner, though, by Puckett. Feeds McKinnon. Back to Tim. Goes right. Steps through.
Oh, my.
And a walk is called.
No way. No way. He just absolutely got knocked down, and there's no foul. Bulldogs got 4 minutes. Got to figure out a way as a team to get back into this.
Parks to the corner. Nice save there by George. Gets out to Malone. Now back to Parks. So now CA hitting the reset button. Cuts inside at the free throw stripe is George looking for help. Dishes out to Webster. Now to Parks. And this is where you're watching high school basketball and you wish there was a shooting clock. Parks dribbles and drives into a lot of men. Estep with the save in the corner. Back to Parks. And again, they set up and bleed more time. Malone on the drive. Puts it up off the glass, won't go. Big board. Here comes Goodwin. It's a foot race. Has it blocked, but he's fouled. Getting a little chippy down there.
I think CA got teed up right there, talking after the foul.
Maybe Coach Dawson.
Or it may have been us. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't see numbers.
I didn't either. And Goodwin sinks the free throw. That's Goodwin's first point since the first quarter. And Goodwin got the second.
All right.
And something to note here, with these 3 minutes left, Hickman at 0 fouls, CA 3. So that could be a factor in this home stretch.
Could be a factor down the road.
And here comes Tim to shoot some. He needed that one. So we are a free throw away from a tie game. Nerves of steel. Tim Puckett knocks it up.
And we will get the ball back.
And that tech is huge. Hickman County with a chance for a 6, if not 7-point swing. And a timeout is called, and now you can feel the life coming back into Hickman County. And really, if you're CA, you had a big block that was called a foul. That could have been just cause for you to get some momentum. But then you talk a little bit after the play and you forfeit it right back.
That's one thing. I don't know, in today's game, your high school kids see the NBA players with all of the talking, and so they feel like they can do it out here also. But what you don't understand is, and I'll take in the first half, for example, we had a good thing going. We were playing, they were mad. We talk a little bit to them. We poke the bear. They get a little more energy, and now all of a sudden instead of maybe you're up 15 right here. But because they got a little angry, they played a little harder, they got a run, now you're fighting for a win.
When you say that second quarter defense CA played was definitely reflective of that, absolutely.
Yeah. That's just where, you've got to make a decision. Is it more important for you to talk trash, or is it more important for your team to win?
I tell you what, though, for a newcomer and being an underclassman, Carter Goodwin has more moxie than any player I think I've seen thus far.
I like the way he plays.
So Hickman with the ball. Tim Puckett's inbound, finds Braden Brown. 3 minutes and change to decide a winner. We're tied at 53. Big possession here. Finds McKinnon at the elbow. Goodwin thought about pulling up, gives to Worley. Guarded by George. Hands to Brown. Brown drives all the way. Floater off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Parks. George drives through Worley. Charge is called. Brody Worley with the feet planted firmly in the court.
Brody knew that play was coming at the three-point line. He jumped over there, got his feet set. Brody's one of the best at taking a charge that I've seen. He's done that since he was little.
And that just shows his IQ as well. I mean, his on-court intelligence is amazing. And now the Bulldogs with a chance again to take the lead. McKinnon looking for help. Calls for Goodwin, and he got it. 2.5 to play. Goodwin drives. Kicks the Puckett. McKinnon guarded closely by Estep. And one! Tyler McKinnon in the face of Cooper Estep. And McKinnon's going to shoot one for the 3-point play.
Good strong move right there. Good strong move right there.
And that is what we've been waiting for out of Tyler McKinnon.
He's had a couple other shots where I thought they were good. They just didn't go in. We needed that one right there, though.
Kicks off. Nice rebound by Malone. A quick foul called on Brody Worley.
That's all right.
And what that foul on McKinnon did as well, we're in the bonus. So any fouls going forward against Hickman County will result in shots, shooting or otherwise. That's Brody's third foul of the night. And with 2.5 to play with, that's not bad by any means. Parks up the floor. CA looking to answer. Left wing gives over to George. Estep looking to back down McKinnon. Working his way through. Not over Tyler. Estep can't find the net.
Should have been called for a walk right there. That was good defense by Tyler.
And here comes Brown. Spins through to the corner. Puckett to McKinnon. Tyler, take over the game. Tyler McKinnon. That's 4 points in 60 seconds. 3 from Malone, well short off the rim. And what a save.
Brody just got to go rebound that. He was letting that ball bounce out of bounds. Malone hustled for it, knocked it off of him right there.
No matter who you cheer for, hustle plays are something you always love to see as a fan of basketball.
That was a good play. Brody's got to rebound, realize he's got a chance to get a stat right there. Add one more rebound to his total.
He came out hot at the start of the game with 2 rebounds in the first minute.
Go get that thing.
A timeout is called. Hickman County leads by 4. 57-53 with 1:45 left to go. there is no atmosphere quite like J.E. Sisko Memorial Gymnasium, and how fortunate are we to start the season with 2 consecutive home games. There's nothing quite like it.
And we've had pretty good crowds at both of them also. Now the only thing we need is in the next minute 45 for the Bulldogs to close it out and get their second win.
You can head into that Thanksgiving break and that Thanksgiving tournament. Hickman will be playing in the Beach Thanksgiving Classic on November 24th and 25th. This will be some big momentum for that. E-step, walks in on McKinnon, off the glass, won't go. And it's a foul, Bulldog
right
ball.
McKinnon shooting free throws.
Now listen, Cooper E-step has had
What needs to happen?
Cooper E-step has had a phenomenal game. Through the first 3 quarters, he has been so dominant. But in this 4th quarter, in the battle of the bigs, advantage Tyler McKinnon.
Just go shoot the ball, Tim. Just go shoot the ball.
So, of course, in the bonus, Hickman will be shooting a pair, and it will be Tyler McKinnon.
I think someone just fouled out. They've got the clock going to.
And I believe that was number 1, Griffin George, who was one of the original starting 5. And I believe he had 3 fouls in the first half. So the fact that he's just now fouling out, he's been playing a lot more conservative, I suppose, hasn't gotten as many minutes. I believe they're mopping up the floor down there. Don't want any accidents to happen. So as they finish cleaning up on that far end of the floor, McKinnon going to shoot a pair. Can't get the first one. And McKinnon hasn't been just tremendous shooting free throws tonight, but he's been good at pretty much every other aspect of the game.
We need this one.
And he got it. I use that reverse psychology. It works every time. So 95
Stop on the
seconds.
board right here. Stop on the board.
Stennis with the ball.
We can be aggressive and get a foul.
Hickman playing tight defense here, not giving Malone room to breathe. Goes all the way.
Don't want a foul there, though.
And he's fouled.
It's going to give him 2 shots.
The layup, though, was too strong, so no and 1, but Malone will shoot 2. And he's also been an X factor for CA in the second half. Myers Malone has certainly been the man that CA's wanted taking those open shots. And he misses the first free throw.
He has struggled from the foul line, though.
He only has 2 made free throws tonight. Hopefully that wasn't the announcer's jinx, and he's probably going to make this one right here.
We'll take 1 out of 2 right here. That's
oh, wow,
better.
how about that? He missed.
That's even better.
We'll take that all day, every day. McKinnon now up the floor, gives to Brown.
Need to be patient here on offense. Understand they're going to be physical, be strong.
Tim, corner 3, didn't take it. Instead elects to give it to Worley and run more clock, and Malone fouls. That'll send Worley for the strike. And Brody Worley hasn't had a bucket since, but in the first quarter, he made 4 free throws.
Well, we need 2 more right here, because these are big, because this can push it from a 2-possession game to a 3-possession game. And
Missed it.
now we can make it a 2-possession game with 2 threes.
Worley needs this one.
That one's in.
And he got it. As close to a flawless free throw as you can get now. Parks quickly drives. A lot of foot movement. No call, but McKinnon gets the board. Gives to Puckett. Puckett thought about rearing back and slinging it down court, but pulls it down and dribbles. Under a minute to play. 47 seconds and counting. To Worley. Doesn't take the shot. Dribbles right. Picks up his dribble and looks for help.
Timeout.
Hands to McKinnon. And a timeout is called by Coach Dawson.
was a good timeout. We were kind of in trouble over there. Right now, we got to get the ball to our free throw shooters. Jackson, or not Jackson, I will say Jackson throughout the year because I have his brother in class, Carter Goodwin. Will McDonald's checking back in. Tim. Those are probably the guys you want to send to the line right here. Brody's done a good job at the foul line tonight.
And there are several guys on this Bulldog team that I would like to see at the line.
Yeah. That's one thing we are blessed with this year is guys that can hit free throws.
So the timeout ends.
37 seconds. We've got a 6-point lead.
And games like this can really set the tone for the season. How are you able to manage in these scrappy games where you're maybe not playing your absolute best, but can you still emerge with a win regardless? This will speak a lot to the Bulldogs' character as a team going forward. And Brown at the strike.
He's going to get 2 shots here even if he misses.
And he's got the first.
Number 4 stepped into the lane after he already had the ball there, so even if he had missed that, he'd have gotten a second shot.
Brown, second one goes in.
Said, I'm not going to hit the rim on either one of them. Give us an 8-point lead.
What they say, big-time players make big-time plays, even if it's just something simple like shooting a free throw. Malone drives, and that was a great job by Brody not to overcommit right there.
Yeah.
And that was the good play there by Malone.
CA using their last timeout right there. So that's something we got to kind of remember. In situations like that, if you come down to that, they hit a shot with under 7-8 seconds left, just walk slowly to the ball, don't pick it up under 5 seconds, and then just let the clock expire. So I'm sure CA is going to come out right here with a full court press. They're going to deny. Whoever gets the ball is going to get fouled.
And it goes back to what we were saying earlier. You want to make sure it's your reliable free throw shooters that are in possession.
Yep.
Now, CA, I'm sure their coaching staff over there is telling them who to preferably keep the ball away from in events of a foul as well.
Well, they're identifying someone that they want to maybe leave open. It depends on if their strategy. They really need a steal, so they're probably going to deny everybody and just foul whoever. If it was just a 1 or 2 point game here, they might leave somebody open and then foul that person.
If there's somebody that I know has been stressing this game, it's Will McDonald's father, Ryan McDonald. I don't believe he sat down this entire game. Maybe he did just now.
It'd be interesting to see what his blood pressure is right now.
And Tim gets fouled, so all things considered, that's somebody you definitely want to get fouled.
That's one of the 3 we want right there. Actually 4 or 5.
Or the entire team.
We had 5 free throw shooters on the floor right there. We were in good shape wherever it went.
I think we can be optimistic and say no matter who on this roster gets fouled, it's going to be 2 buckets.
Again, we need one of these 2 right here to make it a 3-possession game.
And Tim, that's huge. That's Timmy's 3rd made free throw of the 4th quarter. And Tim goes 2 for 2. Now see it quickly, he lost it, and it's out. That's Hickman County ball. The cart got moving before the horse, I believe.
Oh, careful. Don't foul.
And they're going to let it roll. Wise play there by the Dogs. And Tim inbounds it, or Carter inbounds it to Tim, rather. And Puckett will be taking the free throws.
Well, this game is officially over. Does not matter if they score at this point or not. We won't touch the ball.
Mathematically speaking, and number 4, Zion Johnson, did foul out right there with that final play. So it might not have been as dominant of a win as Coach Dawson and company might have liked, but a win is a win in this league. So
You always take wins. And you especially take wins when they have learning points attached to it. Wins with learning points are much better than losses with learning points.
And Tim has been, dare I say, automatic from the free throw line these last few attempts. An example of the little things you want to see your team doing, like making free throws at the end of the game, and Puckett makes another one. Tim Puckett has been the leading scorer for Hickman County in this fourth quarter, just on free throws alone, and Stennis makes a garbage time three-pointer to bring your final score 65-60. And in the battle of the dogs, Hickman County emerges with a victory. It is a dog-eat-dog world, Ron, and the Hickman County Bulldogs just went back for seconds after the Lady Dogs took care of business in game one. It got chippy, but what a night it was for these Bulldogs.
It was a good game. It was a good game. You know, the first quarter, we saw what they could really do. And then the fourth quarter, they showed grit. CAA, I think, came back and tied it. I don't think CAA ever had a lead. But
I believe they had a 5-point lead.
Oh, no, they did. That's right. They got up by 5. Yeah. That's right. They got up by 5, and then we buckled down, started playing good basketball again.
And most teams right there, that's, panic button.
Yeah.
We had this 20-point lead at one point. Now we're losing. Well, now the sky is falling. But Hickman County is so well disciplined. They're so well coached. And credit to those guys out there that go out and execute every single night as well. It's all the hard work they've put in that's led to them being a successful basketball program. So once again, your final score, Hickman County defeats CA 65-60. A little bit of retribution after the tough loss last year. So we're going to take one final commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have the WNKX postgame show where Ron and I will run through some stats, and we'll also hear from Coach Chris Dawson and his hand-selected player of the game. We'll be back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
We welcome you back to the WNKX postgame show. Once again, a huge thank you to our student-led crew here tonight. The producer was senior John Michael Lewis. Cooper Tidwell and Joseph McCauley were the two guys working the camera tonight. And this technology that we have here, Ron, is revolutionary. I don't think we've had anything like this at Hickman County, and it's all in part to the support we've gotten, the Hickman County IT department being on the ball, and as well as just the high school as a whole contributing to us as a radio station. It's really a joint effort that's not just because of any one of us, but everybody involved.
It's absolutely amazing. And as I go through the county talking to different people, I have several people express the gratitude that they have for it, where they can watch a game at home and see such good quality picture, to be able to watch the game the way they can. And it's an honor to be able to do that and be part of that.
Absolutely. And we think about all the people that show up to these games, all the home games. The support is unwavering. They pack the stands every single time. but you got to think of how many people that aren't here as well that are able to tune in, like you said. So if everybody, viewers that are watching at home, if they added into the people that were here sitting here, I don't think we'd have enough room in this gymnasium for everybody.
Well, I remember when I was a kid in the 80s, and we had the state tournament team that Ernesto Ramos, Jim Skates, Brian True, Tony Garrett, and that group. I didn't get to go to the games, but I would listen to it on the radio with Mike Brown. And as you know, as I got closer and closer to being able to play in high school, I was able to listen to a lot of games and enjoy that. And so it's something that is good for the community.
Absolutely, and really, a lot of people might undermine high school sports by saying, well, they're just kids out there playing a sport. Well, that's true. You also do see the bonds that a community has with one another. All the coaches, all the parents and fans and friends and families. I mean, it is a tight-knit group here in Hickman County, and we are certainly blessed to be a part of it, especially on nights like tonight when your hometown Bulldogs can come out against a tough opponent and get a big-time win against a team like CA. So let's go back, Ron, and look at the game that we saw here tonight. The first quarter, it was Hickman County dominance. I mean, it looked like the game was going to get out of hand quick, but then we saw a turn.
So in the first quarter, you saw the team that Hickman County really could be. If they played for 4 quarters that way, they are absolutely scary, and they can play with anyone in the state when they do that. One of the big things that I saw was, I guess it happened early in the second quarter, I don't remember, but there was a little bit of jawing that started amongst the players, and then we had the altercation. And after the altercation, Columbia Academy responded. They came out, they started playing physical, they started being aggressive with us, and they took us out of our rhythm, they took us out of our offense, and they started chipping back a little bit at a time, and you saw that in the second quarter, the third quarter, and even into the fourth quarter. Columbia Academy kind of controlled the game for those 2.5 quarters. And then what I really liked, we got down by 5 points. I don't know how much time was left. I think it was about 3 or 4 minutes, something like that, and our guys responded. They started getting the ball inside to McKinnon. They started getting stops and rebounds on the other side. We began to hit free throws. And the last 4 minutes of the game, we played our style again. And we ended up, I guess, outscoring them by 10 points in those last 4 minutes.
Well, and like you were talking about, any other team, it's so easy to hit the panic button once you fall down a few points after you've been leading by so much. But Hickman County, they're just different. I mean, they are disciplined, they're well coached, and it's fun to watch.
When you have a group of seniors, you expect them to respond with maturity, and you expect them to respond to adversity. And tonight, there was adversity tonight, and those last 4 minutes, we responded to it the way we were supposed to respond to it.
And at the end of the day, a win's a win, right? I mean, you're going into Thanksgiving break. You got a Thanksgiving tournament, the November 24th and 25th Beach Thanksgiving Classic. You're going to play some pretty game opponents, I would imagine, and that's how Coach Dawson said he likes it. He wants to play these tough teams because it gauges where they're at as a team, as a program. And if you beat up on guys that you're supposed to beat, there's not a whole lot of growth that takes place in that.
Well, you can go to a Thanksgiving tournament and you can play teams that are inferior to you, and you can come back with a trophy, but that doesn't really help you for February. And what these guys are all about is getting ready for February. They've tasted tournament success in the district and region tournament in February, which has led to them going to the state tournament in March, and that's their goal. And if you go to a small tournament, beat up on some teams, take home a trophy to put up in the trophy case, that doesn't help you later on down the road. I remember last year we went up and we played Knoxville, Bearden or someone like that, and they had 15 guys who could play, and they wiped the floor with us. But from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, our guys got better in that game.
Absolutely, and that's something we're going to be looking out for as well in this Thanksgiving tournament. Of course, the radio station will not be covering, but we will try to provide updates on social media where they are available, try to give score updates and results as they come to us. And actually, Ron, I got a message about this game from my former broadcast buddy, Cameron Peters, who right now, for those of you that are wondering, he is in Georgia right now living a married life, so we wish him and his wife the absolute best. We miss you, Cam, but we know you're living pretty well right now. And what he texted me was, he said 41.5% of our points tonight came in the first quarter. So what that boils down to is consistency throughout the entire game. And if you can become consistent throughout a game, you can become consistent throughout a season. And, you know, maybe some of that is in part to having to deal with those emotions coming into a game like this against an opponent that you consider your rival, with all of those fans cheering you on. So I'm just going to ask a hypothetical here. Let's say the roles are reversed and Hickman County's on the road. Does that first quarter happen the way it does? And does the rest of the game play out similarly?
Normally with road games, no, it doesn't. You know, road games are always a little bit harder. Now, can this team do that? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. If they are focused and they are driven, this team can do some pretty amazing things.
Well, and last year I'm thinking as well about the difference between being a road and a home team. We had an early split with Marshall County last season. Went on the road to Marshall, lost, came back home, beat them pretty handily, and it was one of those games where you wonder, how did they not win that first one? That just shows the ebbs and flows of basketball, and right now I think it's all about just controlling what you can control and playing your own style of ball, like you said. And looking at the stat sheet for tonight, once again, no surprise, Hickman County has been spreading the love as far as points go. Braden Brown, another double-digit performance with 13. Brody Worley with 8, but most of Brody's points were at the free throw line, and free throws cannot be overstated how important those are. They can turn the tide of a game, so Brody stepped up at the line. Tim Puckett with 13, including a couple of big three-pointers in that explosive first quarter, but Tim had 6 points in the fourth quarter and was our leading scorer just by going to the free throw line alone. So that just shows how important those points are. Will McDonald in this revenge game of sorts, a lot of emotions. He still came out with a double-digit performance with 11, hovering around his average, I would say, as a scorer. Carter Goodwin, a gutsy performance to say the least, involved in a couple of altercations, but he still stepped up, had 4 points, and was a good ball handler. Hutchison came in and got 2. Major Qualls came in and got his first bucket as a Bulldog, and that was awesome to see. And Tyler McKinnon, arguably the game changer tonight, finished with 12, wasn't the highest scorer, but it was in that fourth quarter where he asserted his dominance and really took over the game.
Well, if you notice with Tyler, in the first quarter he scored 5 points. In the fourth quarter he scored 5 points. And those were the stretches that we kind of took over and that we played dominant basketball. When we play bigger teams, Tyler has to be a presence on the floor, and tonight he was.
Yeah, we certainly did see a fair amount of Kylan Seal as well tonight. I mean, of course, McKinnon and Seal sub in and out pretty frequently. I think Dawson likes giving a healthy dose to both of those young men. So Seal did not have any points here tonight, but we saw him get some tough rebounds as well, getting the ball out of some sticky situations. I mean, that just shows the value of these two guys in the paint.
Well, he went in and battled and played a really good game. I was pleased with Kylan tonight.
And I'm looking throughout some of these other statistics as well. I want to go back to Tim Puckett for a little bit, and I think that first quarter really showed me what we could see from him the rest of the year. We know he is arguably one of, if not the absolute best pure shooter on this team. So if they can scheme him open, give him some open looks, he can really blow a game wide open with his shooting ability.
And in that third quarter, he got some shots. He probably took 3 or 4 threes that didn't go in that third quarter, but they were all back center of the rim. And as a shooter, if the ball's straight, you expect some of those to go in. So,
But it was a truly great game all around. Braden Brown, you know, he did finish with 13 points, a few less than Tuesday's game, but I mean, he had some plays that were just, I mean, defying physics. I mean, he is so good at using his body, manipulating defenders, finding a way through lanes that few other guys on this team can do.
Yeah, Braden always plays hard. He's going to do that. That behind-the-back layup was probably one of the best circus shots I've seen during a game.
And of course, we did say we were going to be interviewing Coach Dawson, but as you know, Ron, as a coach yourself, you can get caught up in those locker room discussions talking about things that went right and wrong.
I see the players coming out. I don't think Coach Dawson's coming.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be a little bit of frustration from this game, I'd imagine. But the thought that you could have won by 50, but instead you sneak out with a win. Some would consider it sneaking out with a win, but that just shows the standard that Dawson has set for this team. And we're going to give it just a couple more minutes for Coach Dawson. We want to give you guys that interview. Ron, what are the odds he answers his phone if I text him?
You're not down there in the dungeon. There's no reception.
Well, surely he's a coach. He's on the Wi-Fi, right? Hey, you know what? If the only down part of tonight is not hearing from the head coach, I'll take that as a plus. You get 2 wins over Columbia Academy. It's hard to find anything to complain about. Well, Coach Dawson has a lot of preparing to do, and we're going to leave him to that. So unfortunately, no interview here tonight, but I'm sure we'll hear a lot from him going forward. If we hear any updates from Coach Dawson, any of his thoughts about tonight or the games ahead, we're going to keep you guys in tune with everything that he has to say about the team, how he plans on carrying these guys forward. We're going to try to keep it as transparent as possible, be involved with this team as the season rolls along, and we're so thankful that Coach Dawson and Coach Gordon, as well as the athletic director, DJ Key, they've been so willing to work with us this season, and it's been a good time, and there's going to be a lot more fun times ahead, that much I can assure you. But until we meet again, which will be in the early part of December, so a little bit of a break. We hope you all enjoy your Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving with friends and family, and a good night it was here tonight to start the season 2-0, both the Lady Dogs and the Boy Bulldogs, 2 big wins over Columbia Academy. But until we meet again, we must bid you adieu. For Ron Puckett, I've been Josh Kopp.